Once again, my friend, it's the grandest of them all, even your mama fall for Grandmaster Caz. This is the CAZual Talk podcast. I ain't here by myself. I got my boys, them Henny Boys, all right?
Yes,
Got my man Big Dave.
Yes, sir, Brazil.
Yeah. Big Tone. What's the name again? KB. My man Puerto Rico. And of course, the mighty Mike C. Fearless 4 in the building. All right. Like and subscribe. You know how we do, baby. It's all about hip hop, casual talk. We talk a lot of sports as well because that's what niggas do when they get together. And we them boys, so it gets a little interesting, okay? Let's toast them up, all right, before we get started. Henny Boys, salute.
Yes, sir.
Salute. All right. All right, we in here. Everybody good?
Lovely. Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right, so welcome back, Rico. What's the news, back, Rico?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Little medical MIA last week. We don't like to speak for people when they here. What happened, Rico? Why was you MIA?
I'm good. Little medical issue, but I'm back.
Okay.
The Magic Dragon. No,
We made a little light. You know what I
So
mean?
good. I had a little swollenness on his left side, but it's gone. Wasn't a fight. I'm good.
He definitely looked like he ran into Larry Lump somewhere. You know what I mean? But he good.
So what I missed last week?
Well, let's talk a little bit about some feedback from the last discussion that we had. A few of us got some comments, you know what I mean? Which is a good thing because that means motherfuckers is listening.
That's great.
Somebody tuned in and somebody felt some kind of way. That's what we want to know. We want input like that.
Yes,
okay? So I think, Tone, you got some feedback for your comments about.
Yeah. So we was talking about lyricists and flows and things of that sort. And let me just say this.
Let me do some backpedaling.
Yeah.
Some moonwalking.
A nigga never moonwalk. I'm just saying.
Twinkle toes.
I am a Nas fan. He's in my top 5. But because I'm such a fan of certain people, I do hold them to certain standards. So when I critique a nigga that I hold at a high standard, it's only because I expect more from these niggas. So we went into it, and I said, truthfully, the way I feel is his last 5 albums or so, as he got older, he done sacrificed his flow so you could hear what he's spitting. Still spitting amazing. But to me, his flow is a little compromised now. And woo, did I get some flack? I got niggas sending me videos.
Rightly so. Send more.
That nigga got the backlash. That nigga caught the backlash.
Number 3.
They say he's a narcissist.
I'll take that, but once again, it's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I hold him to a higher standard.
No doubt.
So I expect more from him.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of rappers that I could care less if you off flow, you know what I'm saying, or off beat.
Yeah.
But,
Trust and believe. You caught some too.
Caught a lot of backlash for the perceived LL hatred, right? Like, we hated on him. If you don't say he's the greatest, that in some way your list is default or something like that. To which I thought that I as well moonwalk and said, hey, yo, you know what?
What do you about moonwalk?
I have to.
Don't make me the poster child for moonwalking.
Like Fred Astaire out here, son. Like Fred Astaire,
Like
son.
Jeffrey Daniels.
Like
Gregory Hines. Gregory Hines. No, I just was saying that I said before I made my selections that LL is great and his catalog is great and that I have the greatest regard for him. He just wasn't going to make my list. And boy, son, boy.
They're like, yo, he cool and shit, you know?
I
wouldn't fuck with
I need
nobody.
love. I need love. You know
I mean,
what I'm
some
saying? I need
people-
love. I need a beat. I mean, yeah. There was.
I can't go back in the office. with
Salute
No.
salute to all my LL fans, all my LL fans.
Gotta give it up
who-
to our
you know
feelings.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Salute to them Nas fans.
Yeah. Salute to y'all. And like I said,
Because we don't need no hateration or holleration in this here dancery. Okay. But all right, current events. What's going on? Of course, the playoffs is going on. Yes. All right. Knicks is
sir,
doing
yes,
the
sir.
damn thing. They beat Boston.
Game one.
Who thought that was going to happen?
not us.
Even us Knicks fans.
losing
by 20
Who thought they was going
The
to
bookies.
Right, down by 20. Down by 20. In what, in the third?
Yeah, man.
Third.
Going into the
In
third.
and win that game.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers and 5. That's because he missed last
I
week.
did hear that. I did hear that.
I wasn't here, but Lakers in 5.
Lakers and 5.
I did hear that. I did hear that somewhere.
Come and sit with us today.
I think he
Called me, said he hurt his knee. He hurt his kney, so he said he won't be.
Braun was supposed to be
He
here,
wasn't
man,
going to be
talking
able
about
to
this-
attend. He
the
wasn't going to be
season.
able to attend.
eventually.
But not like I said. I think Laker fans have more than enough to be happy about. I think you have two tremendous players, and you need a athletic jumping 7-footer.
Listen, fuck all that shit. They out the playoffs. Knicks is in. And let's get to this. First time ever, all home teams lost in the first game in the second round.
Right, all the road teams
All
won
4 home
in the
teams.
first. Yeah, that was
All
crazy.
everyone. And it wasn't just like a win. It was
I think
was work.
what's also interesting is Halliburton.
yeah.
Halliburton or Brunson. What you want to do? What you want to do?
Tyrese
Cleveland
is a
and what's-
cheater.
What's crazy
He's a cheater. Pew! Like that, but he can stop on a dime, and he ain't one of them. I'm throwing everything up at the rim type dudes. You know what I mean?
How fast is he again?
A cheater.
No, the sound.
Ricochet.
But the biggest one is Cleveland.
They got a lot of injuries.
Yeah, Cleveland was going hard. They was going hard. Then everybody was
So the
sucking
way
their nuts.
everybody,
Cleveland. Nobody wasn't saying Cleveland shit, and especially all the announcers and all that. You know how they jump on whoever winning dick and act like they was there the whole time.
OKC as well, though.
But we saw them as well. We saw them moving up. We saw them with some consistency, and they look going into the playoffs. It's like
They had the
Cavaliers
be- didn't
look
they have the best
they
record
gonna
this year?
be them dudes.
Yeah, they had the best record.
And then Garland goes down.
Either them or OKC.
I think it was
okay.
them.
And what,
I
in
think
the
it was
East or
Cleveland.
the-
No,
No,
all
overall.
I think Cavaliers had it.
They're bang bang.
They bang bang.
They're bang bang.
had a great year,
They're
but I
bang,
don't think the way they looking, I don't think they passing this round either.
I think who?
Cleveland.
Well,
Because of
Cleveland is
injuries.
injured. I mean, like
Injuries,
you got
injuries
you got the kid Mobley injured.
That's the problem.
Steph Curry is injured.
Yeah, I was leading to that.
And they still good.
Steph
I'm a
just
Knicks
went
fan
down
to
with
the-
a
they
hamstring injury.
A word?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't even listen.
They good.
I think they can still pull it off, though.
Yeah, they can still
As
definitely.
long as he could get to the next round.
I
They
don't know.
won.
Hamstring.
They won.
Hamstring.
They
No,
down.
I think they could win without him, though. If he could come
They
back.
can't. They can't win without him.
Not the chip.
They can't win this.
But you
round.
mean this?
just hold it down till he get back.
I think they could win this series.
They
If
can't.
we
I would
could win,
really be
if we could win,
happily
if
surprised.
Can't win.
I got a bottle on it.
if Golden
I take
State,
that. I
if
take
Golden
that.
State,
I take that.
if
I
Golden
take that.
State could steal one game
on it.
out of these next 3, they good. Because he's coming back.
What I'm going to tell you is this, right? Minnesota. It comes down to this. Minnesota's, as Shaquille O'Neal would say, others played exceptional against the Lakers. Right? You had this kid
I'm
McDaniels.
talking about now.
No. What I'm saying to you is, if they play like that, Golden State ain't beating them without Steph Curry. That's not going to happen.
Well, that's
right.
That's still an if, though.
It is an if. I'm just saying that was 5 games. 5 games they played
I
well
understand that, but
every game. So they didn't play one game well.
So
am I going to say
so
that
are you-
one game is the real them, or am I going to say the 5 games is probably a little bit more accurate?
So with your basketball knowledge, the way they play in general, Minnesota, the way they play in general, they're 5 against the Warriors 5 without Curry. You don't think they got a chance?
That Golden State does?
Yeah.
No, so much of what Golden State does is predicated off a guy that can shoot the ball as soon as he comes past half court. When you take that away,
what's money with the big teeth? He been doing this thing.
Buddy Hill.
Buddy Hill.
Buddy Hill.
Buddy Hill. Buddy Hill.
I don't.
What's the nigga with the big teeth?
I don't
That
think.
nigga got the gate.
That nigga got
Big
big ass teeth.
That nigga got consequence teeth.
Buddy Hill played.
He got consequence teeth.
Yo, son, y'all ain't gonna lie.
That's
You
funny.
dead wrong.
I didn't even hear
You
that
dead
shit.
wrong for that.
He played.
You don't never see
a
them niggas together. You don't never see them niggas together.
He played a good game 7, but I think it's incorrect to say he played great that whole series. He didn't play great the whole
no, I
series.
know that.
He played good that one game. You know what I'm saying? That one game 7, he came to play. Is that who he is every night? Then he wouldn't be on like his second or third team, right? You know what I'm saying? That's not who he is every night. He can shoot the ball. He's great, but he isn't one of those, your whole body, even as a person watching the game. When Steph Curry get that ball from anywhere, sometimes 3 quarters, you like, get over there, get over there, get over there.
Listen, I know he's wild important, like you know what I'm saying, but I just think
Yeah, you don't want without that.
I just think
Yeah.
And it go in.
niggas
right
gonna
in,
step
right.
up for him.
On
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
No backboard, no rim,
With
no nothing.
Butler there, I just think
I think Jimmy is.
I just think
I think
they're
Jimmy
gonna rally
is.
around
I
him.
think Jimmy is a good player, but Jimmy
And if you have, like,
is
2 people on
fugazi, right? Like if you watch Jimmy Butler play, you're gonna watch 15 free throws to get to 30 points, which is it's a league thing. It's a league thing. Steph Curry get to 30 or 40. And he might have 8 free throws. Jimmy Butler, when he get to that number, hella free throws.
Like half of them shits.
hella free
if
throws.
Butler is getting to the line for them free throws, that means someone is getting in foul trouble.
Yeah, but as I said to you about that Minnesota team, again, when you look at the box score of how they beat the Lakers, yeah, you had the one game when Anthony Davis had 43 points, but that ain't how it happened, though.
Yeah,
they had like 10, 11 dudes who was coming out there scoring, though. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So
I feel you.
fact.
I'm
That's
still
a
betting
fact.
the bottom line.
you can't take it back. It's
already done. So as far as the Steph thing is concerned, Steph has been put, almost. They say that if Steph somehow, if the Warriors win the chip this year, is
And he
Steph
won the
a
MVP.
legitimate candidate in the GOAT conversation?
Let Dame man say it.
Why you gotta
The
put
Dame.
on me, son?
Got
That's
to.
what you brought that up.
Everybody gotta
You brought that up. You brought that
Gotta
up.
put him in there. Because when he listen, from the time he touched the ball, you gotta get on him. You gotta at least put 2 people on him. Ain't no man to man when he come down court. If it's man to man, by the time you get half court, it's 2, 3 people on it.
All right. Well, that's how you got to play him. Is he in the GOAT conversation?
Greatest
if
ever.
he win a chip this year?
Nah, I don't think he in the GOAT conversation.
Never.
Nah, I don't think he in the GOAT conversation.
Okay. All right.
I can say, the GOAT thing with him is kind of like y'all playing too much now. But I can say he is the GOAT of LeBron's era. He's the GOAT of LeBron's era. While he's been in there, one team, same dudes, trying to maybe get a piece or 2 here. But LeBron's era, he got some rings.
Yeah.
And against him. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna put up against him, and like, I'm not saying because LeBron is a way better all-around basketball player.
No doubt.
But you want to go like, you know what I'm saying?
it's crazy that
Like, you
people
know what I'm
say
saying?
both
Like, you
those
want to
things.
see, like, he's a better player. Let's not get it twisted. But when they play against each other,
First
my man
of all,
over here got the better hand. Let's be real. If I'm not mistaken, Caz, who is it? Back in the days, who is it? One of the best players that did it 13 times.
Who? Wilt?
Wilt, right?
Bill Russell?
you
And
talking
like
about
you
Bill
see, when
Russell.
they played each other, they said Bill Russell's a better player, right?
Yeah.
But he couldn't beat So that's why they consider him better because he couldn't beat every time. I don't care how, but every time we play, I beat you.
I would tell you.
You feel me?
I would tell you.
So you nice. I don't care what you do. Yeah, you're all around. But when you see me and my, I'm better. We gonna go.
Bill Russell.
But do you feel what I'm saying?
Bill Russell isn't better than Will Chamberlain.
I never.
He's not.
I never said that. But because of the rings, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the rings is a lie, and it's a lie that people tell to get to the end that they want to get to, right? Because I'm going to show you exactly. I'm going to show you exactly how that's true. When Larry Bird swept Michael Jordan, swept his ass.
We talking about
when he swept him. Hold on, I'm saying who did he? No. Who did he say? Who did he? Well, we're talking about winning, right? Because you don't win. Because you don't win every time. Because you don't win every time. Then somehow that sort of diminishes how great a basketball player you are. Because if you were truly a great basketball player, you would win all of the time. Michael Jordan won 6 times in a row.
I never said. Listen to what I said though.
What I'm saying to you
before you try to change what I have said was. LeBron, all around better play. I'm not taking nothing from that man. But when he sees Steph, the record shows that he got a better team or he got a better hand over him. So regardless of you're better, but you still can't fuck with me over here. Regardless of whatever you say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but does that really mean that?
If we look at records, if that's what you want to look, when you come see me, I got a better record than you, so I'm not kind of a little better with my team better than yours.
I love stats sometimes. I love the stats sometimes.
Yeah, when it benefits him, the stats work.
You love the stats. Mike,
what you got? What you
for Mike? Mike, weigh in on this Steph thing. If Steph win a chip this year, will Steph get in the GOAT conversation with LeBron, Michael, Kobe, and the rest of them?
No, I don't feel that way. I feel Steph is a bad motherfucker. Don't get it twisted.
He's a bad motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? When it come down to, especially with that shot that he just threw up in the fucking air. You know what I'm saying? But at the same
Don't
time,
be belittling my man.
I'm not knocking him.
You don't just
like I said, I think he's a bad motherfucker.
You don't just throw that
changed
shit
the game.
up in the air.
Sometimes he throws it up.
He played like he playing. Like he played like he just playing with you. Like, yeah, watch this. I'm just throwing. Like, yo, this shit is amazing.
Yeah.
And that's what makes him one of the baddest motherfuckers on earth. Because if you can just do that and go in, duh.
But,
all right?
but that is a sign of greatness when you do something difficult and make it
look easy.
Yeah,
make it look like
I mean, he's great, but I just didn't say I'm not gonna put him as.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? But
So you know what
he's
it is?
bad. He's
dope.
You know
Changed the game.
like Kyrie's a bad.
He
He's
does. But Steph Curry,
Right.
Steph
He's a goat.
Curry does one thing great.
What? He take it
No,
to the
he
rack
go
too.
inside.
He
What?
go inside too. Don't play.
He go
Do
inside.
not sit here and say, all he do is shoot. Do not sit here and say, all he do is shoot. Because he goes to the basket against whoever.
The fuck off.
Bugging. Thinking that he don't.
No, let this man talk. He said that Steph Curry does one thing
Great.
great.
Yeah.
What's that?
Shoot.
Shoot.
Yeah. Shoot, and he is.
No.
Shoot. No.
He said one thing.
Okay, so I'll stand on the greatest thing he does is shoot. That's the one
You
talent.
said the only great
What I'm gonna say is this: it's the one thing that we can say definitively.
Is he walking now?
No, no. What I'm gonna tell you
Let's
is,
see.
hold on, let's see. It's the one thing I say definitively that we probably are going to get a less argument about. He does better than anybody who's ever played. Because we're gonna argue whether he's the best dribbler or not. Right? Like we're gonna argue whether he got the best handle, which would be the other thing. That would be the only other thing.
I'll give him second best.
After that, there's nothing that he does on an elite level. Nothing.
Are you serious?
Okay, so tell me the thing.
Moving without the ball.
He runs the floor better than damn near anybody you ever seen run the floor.
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller what?
Running around.
Not as bad as that boy.
Not like Steph.
Yeah. Just like Steph.
like
Reggie will tell you
Steph.
himself.
He ain't got open as many
Reggie will tell you
times as
himself.
Steph.
You know what he doesn't get? You know what he doesn't get? You know what he doesn't? You know what Reggie didn't
draws
get?
the defense away from the
Further.
The two niggas is open
Because he shoots.
Steph got the ball.
Because of his shooting.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
So we're
passing.
back to
And
the
his
one thing he
passing.
does.
Okay.
His passing. Nah, I don't know that his passing. He's never led the league.
What?
He's never led the league in assists. He doesn't even play. Okay, so here we go with the finishing.
You say
Because
he's
that was
only
the
great
point.
at one thing. He's a
He's only
great
the-
fucking player, period.
What I'm gonna
You
say-
think he only shoots
Hold on.
threes?
You take away his threes, he go. Hold on. They take away his threes, he's going in.
Okay, so what
Exactly.
I would
If he
ask
don't
you is
shoot a
this. What I'm gonna
three,
ask you is this, Rico.
He got floaters.
Rico.
That nigga could throw the
Rico.
ball up like that.
Yeah,
and
Rico.
turn around.
Rico.
And leave. And that shit is
as a pretty great Steph Curry fan, right? As you look through the league, do you see anybody who goes to the free throw line as much as Steph on light contact, right? Like any great player. All right, any great player in the league. Is physicality a part of how somebody says, what am I going to do with Anthony Edwards? I got to touch this dude up. What I'm going to do against LeBron James, I got to touch this dude up. What I'm going to do against Carmelo Anthony, I'm going to touch this dude up, right? With Steph Curry, right? With Steph Curry, are players allowed to physically impose their will on him? I can tell you one time that it did happen.
You bugging. They fuck you up sometimes, bro. You
Man,
can't
they be
say
beating the shit
that
out
they
of
blow
They
the
do not
whistle
be
for
beating
him.
the shit out of him.
Come
Cut it
on,
out.
bro.
Cut it out. I digress.
You
Let the
can see the
people.
marks.
Let
You can see the
the
marks on him.
let the people.
He goes up. Listen, and I'm not talking
I'm
about.
not gonna dominate.
I'm not talking
I'm not
about the
gonna dominate.
shooting. He goes to the basket.
He does go to
They
the
throw him,
basket.
and they don't get a
throw
foul.
him.
They
Don't
don't
say
call a
that they
foul.
throw him. Have you
No.
ever seen Steph Curry get grabbed out the air?
Come on.
Yes.
I'm not gonna talk about Dame. Ain't nobody ever seen that nigga. I'm never gonna answer that shit. All right, so
we seen it.
So okay. At the end of the day, if everyone feels that Steph Curry is allowed to be physically manhandled out there on the court, and he's still getting his shot off against getting manhandled,
Ask anybody who play against
anybody that get manhandled when they taking a shot is getting fouled.
Again, what did they tell you about Shaquille O'Neal? We're not gonna call a foul because
I'm talking about right now. No one's allowed to be manhandled.
You're allowed. There's lots of players in the league that you can use physicality against. Lots of players. Steph is a one-on-one on that. He's a one-of-one on that. He's the player in the league who you can set moving picks for. Right?
They do.
Come on, dog. Like, come on. I ain't lying. Like, at the end of the day, you want to believe what you want to believe, you can believe it. I'm just telling you. All right. So we could digress. I'm telling you.
All I wanted to
right,
know
all right.
is he in the GOAT conversation because
I don't think he's better than
he'll win
Isaiah.
another chip.
I don't think he's better than Isaiah
Because
Thomas.
what they're saying is that means you're holding it to the chip standard, okay? Because you can't say it because Kobe got 4. You can't say it because Braun got 4. You can't say it because Michael got 6. You know what I mean? And then they don't even bring Tim Duncan in the conversation. Bill Russell, Robert Horry, all the
Kareem
people.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about how many chips people got, there's niggas that got chips. Manu Ginobili got motherfucking chips.
It got to be a bunch of. It got to be a bunch of shit to go into that GOAT thing.
A general consensus all around.
But
when I put Steph in the GOAT category,
you gotta have skill.
with Mike,
You gotta have personal
Kobe,
accolades.
and LeBron,
as well as
no. But I put him
championships.
in his own fucking category.
He's tough.
I mean, just like Dr. J. You know what I mean?
I don't think Kobe belongs. I don't think Kobe belongs in there.
I think
Hold
so.
on, but Kaz,
I don't think he belongs in there.
if we're gonna be real, like, and if we go into how it really is, if he was to win and get another ring this year, yes, he moves up a spot ahead of LeBron in the top 4, top 5. So you got Jordan, Kobe. Instead of LeBron, you could put Steph and then LeBron and then whoever you feel. If you go, because the first 3 that I just said changed the game in a way, and I'm just saying, like, if you looking into the change the game of why they making him the GOAT, why they talking about him. And if me, I would put Iverson, but they don't give him because he was the bad guy. But since they giving it to Curry, you got to. He changed the game that kids now don't say, I want to be like Mike. I don't want to be like Kobe. I don't want to be like LeBron. I want to be like Steph. So when I say, when I'm saying, it's not about,
that's a
if
fact.
he wins this, it's about, like I said, in the LeBron era. He did 5 in your era.
I just think.
You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying he'll go up 1.
I just think you're kind of blurring things.
What you mean?
Because you win mad championships, don't make you a GOAT.
No, I didn't say that.
You need personal accolades as well as championships.
As well, exactly.
But this is what I'm saying. Curry changed the league to
now,
where
influential is a different meaning.
Yeah.
Now, Steph is one of the most influential players.
and scorers and all that.
No.
Players
In all that.
Influential
as the-
mean what you did that
You know what
makes
I'm saying?
other people want to do
People
that.
are trying to. He's one of the most influential players ever. I don't think there's a debate about that. But that's different than being a GOAT.
No, I didn't say the GOAT. I just said at the top. Take him. No.
You said
I didn't say Listen, I didn't say the GOAT. I said the top 3, 4. I didn't say
He has to watch
GOAT.
the telecast back.
See, I didn't
Let
say
him watch
GOAT.
it
Jordan,
back,
I'm
and
never
then he
gonna.
can see what his
I'm not
point is,
arguing
though.
never GOAT. I said
His
never
point-
GOAT. That GOAT is 1. I said
said-
top 5.
Yeah, but
That's not GOAT. Top 5 is mean GOAT.
Yeah.
yes, if you say the top 5 players
So
of all
all 5
time,
of them, all 5 of them
you
are
said-
GOATs?
You said the top 5 players of all time. You said
If you're gonna
Michael
put it,
Jordan.
Jordan, Kobe, and then LeBron, and then you said Steph is going to get
if
in
he- if-
LeBron's place.
yes.
That's top 5. That means top 5 trying to be the GOAT.
You're bugging, Toast.
Like,
You're bugging.
what do you mean about that?
like I said,
Like, who do you
You
think is
put
the
them
GOAT?
in an order, like
No.
so one's the GOAT.
He just
and then
wants-
this is
Yeah, and
number two.
everybody
This is
follows.
number
He just
three.
wants. He just
This is
wants
number
to
four.
erase
that's what I'm
me,
trying to
son.
say. I'm not
That's
trying to.
all he's doing.
I'm not trying to say he's.
His whole platform.
I'm not
his
trying
whole
to say it's
platform
anywhere
is to
close
erase me,
to-
dog.
to-
So
to-
I'm just not
to
gonna
say-
play it.
Let me
I'm
just
just
say
saying
this. Let
the
me just
GOAT
say
and
this.
everybody follows.
And
You
let's
can't
move
have
on.
more than one.
Let's move on. No
Let me
doubt.
say
No
this.
doubt. No doubt.
So
let's
anything,
move on.
anything you talk about follows under.
Okay.
So let's switch.
I just want to do
We're gonna
another-
give Caz. We're gonna give Caz the last Roy on this.
I want to
Give
do a
it.
little sidebar. I want to shout out my nephews here. What up, baby?
All right, what up now?
KB's son.
Young homie.
Little Caz.
Young homie.
Yeah, he's bearing witness to this debauchery.
This lack of basketball
Now you see
education.
what we put up with your father?
This lack
We
of
deal with this
basketball.
all
now
the
he on
time.
camera. He on camera.
And now I know what you feel.
So I just want just for the
You deal with it
Just-
sober.
just for
we
the-
deal with it.
just for
Yeah, yeah.
just for the record.
We dealing with an inebriated one. You deal with a
Who's
sober
the
one.
greatest player that you ever known?
He's gonna say LeBron. His era.
Of course.
And he's your son.
Not gonna lie.
Yo, he said, yo, tell them.
Not
what I
gonna lie.
told you.
He grew up in a LeBron household.
Yo, Tone.
Okay.
Yo, Tone. He said,
Okay, that was the reason.
Yo,
That was the
Tone.
reason.
Yo, Tone, he said, yo, tell them what I told you before we got here. Who? All right. Just want to make
but
sure.
actually, listen, this is a debate that can be had
Forever.
on a
Forever.
daily,
Yeah.
on
No
a daily
doubt.
basis.
No doubt.
In every barbershop, every podcast, every home, every whatever, you know what I mean? It's always
doubt.
going to go on. People always going to differentiate on who they like
Who they
and
like.
why they like them.
It's an
At the end of
opinion.
the
It's
day,
opinion. It's
at the
opinion.
end of the day, it's about your own preference. But there are statistical things, and depending on what statistical thing you are going by,
Yeah.
there's certain facts.
Yeah.
There's certain people that did more shit than other people in certain categories. So
Very
if you wanna,
simply.
if you
Very
really want to
simply.
come up with a GOAT summation,
Yeah.
you got to get all those categories together, and then you got to line them up.
You
know what
can't
I
do
mean?
that though,
Who-
because
you-
then
you
if
have
it
to,
gets real
you have
clear
to,
if you do
and
that.
then-
If you
and-
do that, it's gonna get real clear who's the best.
If that's
so we
what you're
can't do
basing
that.
it on, you
Can't
take
do
all that
Can't do that.
information,
Can't do that.
and then you put on top things that aren't on paper, like
Yeah.
impact. You
Impact.
know what I mean?
Feelings.
Impact on the game, influence on the
Yeah.
game. You
Feelings,
know what I mean?
how I feel.
Fuck how you feel.
Fuck your
That ain't got
feelings.
nothing to do with it.
Nah,
I'm talking about
feelings,
when you
feelings
sum it up.
is no.
It can't
Fuck
be
them
that.
kids.
You really then you going back to square one, and then it's all about how you feel.
But I'm
Facts
telling
don't
you,
matter.
I'm gonna tell you that when you hear the breakdown of most of these arguments,
They're based on what people feel.
it's the feelings. That's all.
what are your feelings
I'm wrong
based on?
because I say it.
What are your feelings based on?
My-
Facts.
I would tell
Facts.
you. Well, it should be, but that's not always the case, right? I tell people all of the time, I'm a Michael Jordan fan, right? I'm a Michael Jordan fan. The fact that I actually know negative stats that are attached to Michael Jordan infuriates a Jordan fan to make me then say, oh, you can't be a Jordan fan because in response to this, LeBron James is a loser and he doesn't have any ability, and Steph Curry has beat him more times than he beat him. But because I can tell you that there's reasons of those things, and because I can say to you, when Michael Jordan was losing to Isaiah Thomas and he was losing to Larry Bird, listen to what they said about him. As soon as we saw him at the college combine, we said this kid is different. He moves differently than everybody else who's playing the game. So it's already an identification where they set him aside and say, yeah, he might be a better player than us, but guess what? We have these systems, we have all these other things that we have in place, and he ain't gonna beat us.
Right.
So now again, that's not dealing with who is greater as a player. It's not dealing with that. Because I beat you doesn't mean it's not boxing.
But that's why we say
true. Because there's
We can
players
move
who
on. We
lose
can move
all the
on.
time.
Okay, listen. Hold on. Dame. All right.
We can move on.
Can we move on? I got another one if you don't mind.
Let's get off of this.
Oh, I was going basketball.
Bring it to hip-hop.
I was going to say the Anthony Edwards
Bring it to hip-hop.
Legend Killers.
What?
It's Legend Killers.
Legend killers.
What about it?
He's on a legend killing streak.
Yeah.
A legend killing spree?
Yeah, in the NBA. He took out.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I'm
whatever.
asking.
Whatever. That's his own little, thing that he's trying to do to prove that he's just as good as anybody was, or he's the new whatever.
I think
most of this shit is based on narratives.
I will tell you this.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
When
like
Mike
him.
was that dude.
Yeah.
Everything was about Mike. The press, the marketing, the NBA, everything. Push forward this narrative.
Yeah.
Sell these sneakers. Sell this poster.
Sell
Put
these
up
sneakers.
everything good
Jesus
about
Christ.
Mike and all that because they selling Mike.
Yeah.
It's a marketing campaign. Everybody got pulled into that shit. And then he won too. On top of that.
After the rule change?
Now, had there not been the sneakers, had there not been the maybe that too, had there not been all the
lot
other
of that.
shit, and you just saw him as a player, you would still think he was great, but
great.
you wouldn't think he God.
He
You
God.
wouldn't
And,
think,
and,
oh
it's
my God.
it's
You know what I mean?
sacrilegious. It's sacrilegious to name anybody in this place.
The same
That's what Larry
way
Bird said.
they did Magic.
said, "I'm
Magic
against
came
God."
in. Okay, Magic and Bird.
And you know what he said? I swept God. Ain't that crazy? I swept God.
Hey, listen, it happened.
Because he got 4 Hall of Famers playing on his team.
So teammates matter. Shit.
Of course it do.
Oh my God.
Of course
Here we
it do.
go.
No, it
Mr.
doesn't
LeBron
always matter.
that goes to every
It doesn't
other team
always
to win.
matter.
Back to
Back
the
to
hip
it.
hop.
yeah.
Back to
Okay.
that. Let's get to
Because
it.
y'all niggas, we will never get off this fucking shit
all night.
with these fucking LeBronians, okay?
LeBronians,
And these Stephanonians and shit.
Stephanonian too.
These Stephanopoulos. What the fuck, man? Okay?
Yo.
So
What's going on in hip hop?
Who got a hip hop
Hey,
question?
I'll tell you this, the Rock the Bells Festival
Yes, sir.
is happening again this year. It's going down. The lineup is bananas.
No doubt.
Okay? But there's a particular set of the lineup that has the Uptown like contingency of hip hop in there. Uptown Records. We talking Andre Harrell before, you know, he hired Puffy, Uptown, Mary J, you know what I mean? Father MC, Jodeci, you know what I mean? All came out of that Uptown camp. Christopher
Heavy D and the
Williams,
Boys.
definitely. Heavy D
The
and
Bond
the
Diddley.
Bizzles.
The Bond Diddley. Yes, sir.
But diddly dee.
Also, don't forget to mention what you're doing.
Where, there?
No. The
Who's getting
Oh, the thing, I'll get to that. What I brought up the festival because we report on a lot of festivals and everything that take place around the country and shit like that. And a lot of times, I mean, for us, it started out just as like block parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And jams and stuff like that. And now these are like full-blown festivals that niggas give the Roots, give a joint out in Philly.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? Down south, they starting to blow up, you know what I mean, and doing things like that. I mean, I want to know just from us, what's your favorite like festival? Like what festival or concert that you went to, and I'm talking about hip hop,
I went to Fresh Fest, man.
that
And that
blew
was
you
everything.
away, that like, yo, this is it. This is the dopest shit I ever seen.
I went to Fresh Fest, and that was
Fresh
everything.
Fest?
That was everything. That was everything to me. That was the first major concert. I probably wasn't even supposed to be in that shit.
How old was you?
But I would have. I can't remember. I'm bad with ages. Like,
Fresh Fest, so it
I
couldn't have been
wasn't.
that summer.
What year Fresh Fest was like? 80,
Don't give me the line.
80.
It was 80s. Like
80 something.
88, between 88, so it was like 84, 85.
It was something.
84,
Around
85.
86.
I don't think I was supposed to be
88
there.
was after the Fest Fest, so that's when we
Which
went
would
on
have
the
made
Dope
you
Jam.
like
I went in there with a couple
16
of
or something like
OGs.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
But that shit was everything. Like this, and even looking at the footage now, you see little Jermaine Dupri as a Houdini dancer.
Dancing with Houdini.
With the drips. You know what I'm saying? with the curl, with the Jerry curl. It's crazy
That
looking
just
back.
didn't quite.
His shit
His shit quite.
His shit was wet. His shit was
Every
spit.
move that nigga made, that's what
Word, y'all was like, God damn.
You said he on the pillowcase. He on the soul glow.
So that was like, first of all, that was my first concert I've been to because I was dumb young. But as far as recent shit, I ain't gonna front, man. I went to a couple of them Source Awards. That shit was everything.
Word?
Me and my brother, shout out to Dave Dak, Bobby Steele. We went to a couple of them Source Awards, and that shit was everything. Yeah. Sitting in the motherfucking joint, blazing out.
Blowing it down.
That shit was like a big party. That shit was everything.
How about you, Dan?
I can't think of just one.
I know Crown Heights
Nah,
had some
nah,
I
we
know
ain't do all
something
that.
that. It was a
We ain't do all
Jamaican
that.
festival.
We ain't do all that.
A bumper clod.
When I started, I was coming to Harlem from Brooklyn. I was on that 3 train.
Okay.
So it wasn't no Brooklyn nothing that started me on that. It was I came to
shit.
Harlem.
You were traveling. That's why we call you the
Yeah, that's what I'm
transporter.
saying. I was on 3 train back then.
You are the
So did
transporter.
you do like the concerts they have in Harlem, like Harlem?
Yeah, I
Week?
used to get up Harlem Week. I used to do they used to have Biz and Chill Will Barry B used to be at the on 125th.
In Harlem State Building.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Not the state building, up the block from the state building. It was the YMCA.
Oh, that block.
Youth YMCA.
You know that block that they take over
135th.
every year.
Yeah.
That's Harlem Week.
Yeah,
Harlem
I
Week.
performed there many
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
What
Harlem.
about you, KB?
See Biz do his dance
Oh, yeah.
right there.
Nice.
I see.
Nice.
All right. So,
This dude is dance everywhere you go.
I would
No,
probably say.
that was his first time doing his dance there.
I would probably say the Rock the Bells joint. Was that last year we went, or the year before?
that
We
was the
out
year
there.
before.
That to me was super dope. You know, now.
Definitely dope.
Oh, that was dope. That was dope. Being backstage and doing the elbows and having the contact. And the lineup itself, man. The
Yeah,
lineup.
what about your show,
Yeah,
nigga?
no. Well, Well,
Yo, I was taking pictures and shit.
I was doing all of that.
I met you.
Yeah.
Kid from keeping playing in the bathroom.
Yeah. I did all of that, but
I said, yeah, I did all of that.
I did do that.
I got a question for you, KB.
Yes, sir.
Growing up in Brooklyn, did you go to outside jams? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see video footage of, like, you know what I'm saying, like Houdini back doing outside jams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like step niggas, Daddy-O doing,
Daddy-O
you know what I'm saying? I
step,
know he's a Brooklyn nigga that a lot of MCs look up to. Like, did you go to outside jams?
I did not. I think the beginning of my hip hop sort of journey is probably like Run DMC and them, right? Like Run DMC. Okay. I did know the Sugar Hill Gang song and stuff like that. But there's a big
So you was balling. You wasn't really into
I was playing basketball. Yeah. I was doing playing football, doing all other kind of stuff. But as far as hip hop, as far as you know how you guys might have been getting busy in the parks and doing stuff like that. I had none of that. Even like I said, even when I first met you and the whole thing was like, yo, you a cool dude. right? Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have fanfare for you. What I had was, yo, son, let's do this cool. So anytime he come through, everything is love is love. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we sort of built our thing. But I didn't have that kind of knowing your, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Knowing your songs, Mike Music might have had those tapes and stuff like that or whatever the case may be. But that really wasn't what I was listening to at that point. Sugar Hill Gang probably is the first thing. So I always tell Mike, his joint being on the radio.
Crash Crew.
That's the Crash Crew.
Yeah.
You always get that.
Oh.
That's Reggie Red.
No, one of his joints when he says Mike C.
He got a bunch of
Rockin'
joints.
Rocking it. No. You had a joint. You had a joint on the radio. So that's
Joints on the radio.
all right, well, that's what I say. What I say.
I got you.
Yeah, what I say. Yeah.
That's Rico.
Mike take offense to that.
What comes to mind
play me like that.
when you talk about like one of your favorite concerts or festivals
Menudo
that you've
concert.
been to?
Menudo.
Now cut it out.
Oh shit.
That's why he didn't come. That's why he didn't come last week. That's why he didn't come. That's why he
I'm waiting. You ready?
He said, let Rico go.
Let him go.
Woo!
Damn, bro.
He said-
That nigga's just ill.
Everybody catch a straight bullet every
He
now and then.
said,
But I do
Menudo.
got
Let my
pictures.
phone go.
I do got pictures at that concert in
Menudo,
Madison Square
Menudo,
Garden.
right?
For real.
Yeah.
My mom and my aunt Joanne took me to that
No, that's
concert.
dope,
but
though. Shit.
that we talking about, I don't remember, but I did go to that
That's
concert.
dope, though.
But to me, if we talking about festivals, gotta be mine. The Puerto Rican festival.
Puerto Rican Day Parade.
I don't care what you say, and even the
What was
parade.
the lineup, Wolves?
It depended what street you
Just
on,
that-
where you
just
go.
the whole joint.
The festival.
Yeah, the festival.
No,
That was the
no.
question.
No. He's saying
No,
the
not the
festival.
parade.
That happened.
Oh, I was
parade,
talking about
the
the
parade
parade.
is on Sunday. I'm talking about that Saturday on 116.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got caught in that traffic.
Yo, I'm talking about
Woo!
all cultures, everybody
Concourse
chilling,
shit, too.
enjoying themselves, and the parade too. Before it got hectic, before what was it? I remember that
For
year.
them
9-6 or
water guns,
9-7?
son,
No, it
for
was that touching them girls right in Central Park. I was there.
Yeah,
Like I was there that year, and I seen a lot of that shit
touching the
going.
girls.
Nah, don't even. Nah, I'm not even gonna.
There was alleged.
Nah, my man. I was there. Don't get it twisted.
I had charges. The charges was pending.
I was there. Like I said, I seen all that in Central Park as it was going. Like we ran from police because they didn't want us at that time crossing Central Park, depending where y'all going. But I had my man that was handicapped, so but I was there for that. And concert, I would say when Caz surprised me at the Barclays Center with the Source reunion. When they had I think it was the Source magazine or something had to do with the Source. You took me, and that's when Wu-Tang got on stage for the first time in a while. Dipset was on stage for the first time in a while.
No doubt.
What was it? It was a few it's the first time that they haven't been on stage, and Caz took me to one, and I was like right here. And besides, I got backstage, but actually
He was
watching
taking
the
good
show,
pictures. He was taking.
I got to smoke bud with meth. Nigga, I got to smoke weed with meth.
That's for sure.
Do you have
That's for
I
sure.
got to smoke with Snoop, man. Shit.
I was just saying smoke a puff.
No, Snoop. I got to say Snoop.
He was trying to say,
It was a little greasy.
he took a puff with Snoop.
It was greasy, man. It was. That's what I remember. That's what I
Do you
remember.
have any hip-hop? What was your hip-hop shit before you met Caz?
Oh,
If
man.
any.
We could. Oh, me, period. Like,
Yeah,
before I met
I'm just
Caz, I was more into the, nice and smooth type shit. My hip-hop, LL. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my first. When I met Caz...
I'm only asking because you're a little younger, so I want to see.
Nah, like I said,
what
listen.
was your...
I'm gonna keep it real, and this is real quick. I'm not trying to make it longer than what it's supposed to, because I didn't know who Caz was when I met him. I swear everything I love. Until I went home, seen him, and was like, yo, hold on, that nigga on BT. Hold on. Then got to meet who he was, and still, until he gave me my name. Well, I had it, and he, told me one day, what you want the world to know you? By your government or Puerto Rico? I said Puerto Rico playing around. The world know me as Puerto Rico, my nigga.
Ustedes a la cocina.
Now, Mike, you a member of the original Juice Crew.
Right.
Okay, and I'm talking about the Juice Crew with Mr. Magic. We used to go to the schools in the morning in the Juice Crew van. All right, at 7 a.m. in the morning. He'd be parked outside your school when you get out there, and he'd be giving out little shit. And Mike was in that van with Mr. Magic back then. So you've been a part of
that
van.
You've been to so many festivals.
You've been a part of this on so many levels.
Right.
And as a performer as well, you know what I mean? What's one of the most memorable concerts or festivals that you remember attending or performing at?
Well, the most memorable concert that I've ever been to was actually when hip hop turned 50 at Yankee Stadium.
That was crazy.
Oh, I've never seen anything like that.
We got a toast for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I
forgot about that one.
That was a good one.
Say thank you, Caz, for bringing us there.
Yeah.
No doubt.
That
No
shit was
doubt.
crazy.
That was dope.
I had
And
that
I
voice.
That was dope.
performed
That was dope.
with Mo D and Caz and the whole thing, and I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I've been all over the world. I've performed with plenty of people. I know most everybody in there.
Pat yourself on the
You
back.
know, I pat myself.
Pat yourself on the back.
But at the same time,
Don't throw your
I've
shoulder
never
out.
seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that because it seemed like
That was
people
dope.
came from out the past and out the future. It was like, when you see Run DMC on stage
Run DMC,
together, and you haven't seen them together since the 80s.
Derek Jeter.
You know what I mean? So
that was
one of the
wild.
most incredible
That was
things
wild.
I ever seen.
That was wild. That was wild.
For me personally, I've done so many shows. I've been to so many different events and festivals and concerts. It's just too many to process, really, for me to just pick one out of the bunch. But you said a mouthful when you said that Yankee Stadium shit. That shit was epic. Okay, the 50th anniversary of hip hop celebrated at Yankee Stadium was, first of all, for hip hop to be in Yankee Stadium on that level. They've had hip hop concerts before, Jay-Z and Eminem did a concert there before.
Definitely.
But not on a grassroots hip hop level have you seen hip hop in a place like Yankee Stadium.
No doubt.
Right.
So let me narrow it a little. Let me narrow it down a little. What's the greatest joint that you've seen but not performed at?
The concert at Madison Square Garden with Run DMC when they had the Adidas.
Oh, yeah.
When everybody was holding up the Adidas in the air. I've never
Video footage.
no shit like
Video
that
footage is crazy.
before. You know what I mean? They had everybody, and the Adidas executives were at the concert. Russell or whoever them had them at the concert to see them just perform my Adidas.
Yeah.
And the reaction that they got when they told everybody to hold up their Adidas, that shit was bananas.
Next day they had an Adidas
I'll never
contract.
forget that. And that
I read that.
Did that initiate the contract?
Yeah.
that initiated licensing
I read that.
deals in hip-hop.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they was a game changer.
And there's been, so many others I could talk about, but just too many to account.
If we talk about hip hop, that's one thing. But what concert that you seen, the greatest concert you seen that wasn't hip hop?
Oh shit!
I got a joint.
Now, if you start with
That
me,
wasn't
I'm gonna
hip
go
hop.
ahead.
Start with you, baby. Start with you.
I seen the Jackson perform with Michael Jackson.
Oh,
The
yeah.
You
Jackson.
seen the victory tour?
No, it was another one before that. The Triumph or some
Whatever.
The one that had
if
the
you
album
saw
cover
if you saw Michael Jackson, you're the winner, son.
Yeah, you got it.
you won.
You got it, sir.
You're the winner.
You got
son.
it, sir. You got
No
it,
one,
son. You got
no
it,
one is beating that,
You
son.
seen Macca?
No.
You seen Macca?
Yeah. Ain't nobody.
seen Macca?
Ain't
You
no.
seen Macca? You seen
son,
Macca?
ain't nobody gonna beat that. Son.
Hold on,
Ain't
I
nobody-
get close.
Go ahead,
I get
son.
close.
Take a shot. Take a shot.
I went to a Prince concert and sat with him backstage after the concert.
nobody can beat that.
No.
Nobody can beat that.
If you sat with him, if you sat with him, son. If you sat with him, son. Yeah.
That wins.
Okay.
Yeah, that. It wouldn't win unless you was sat with him.
No, to me that wins.
Sat with him,
Smell
sat.
Prince. To me
Sat
that
with
wins.
him. Okay, that's fair.
They said Prince is in the room.
not talking to him, you gotta look at the card.
Oh, I spoke to him. Oh no, we spoke. Like, we sitting here.
Jay said the same thing when he brought Mike Jackson on Summer Stage. Niggas wasn't allowed to look at him. Yeah. Niggas told niggas to turn around when he came through.
Look at the card.
That's crazy.
Yep. Jay-Z was talking about how he brought Mike on Summer Stage.
Everybody got to turn around.
And niggas had to actually turn around.
Yeah.
Bleak said, fuck that. I'm looking at this nigga. I want to see this.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
me.
What you gonna do to me?
Find me.
What you gonna do to me?
All right, so I said Prince. All right, non-hip hop concert.
Non-hip hop?
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Nah,
It said Shabba Ranks.
He from Brooklyn.
It was that time on Crown Heights.
Yeah.
Crown Heights
In '86.
Because remember, we was going to concerts before hip hop concerts.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like the first concert I seen was Ohio Players and shit.
Nice.
I didn't get it. I ain't go there.
That's a good. That's good.
You got another one?
I do. I got one.
Non-hip hop.
I got two. One is gonna be off cuff, you know, because he's in the penitentiary right now. Was R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly show.
I see met him.
R. Kelly joint was dope. But I'm gonna say as the pick. New Edition.
Yes, sir.
Ooh!
We toured with them.
N.E.
It was it's the Any Heartbreak tour. It's New Edition, I'll Be Sure, Keith Sweat, son, that bonkers. And so it was a whole crazy lineup. And I went with my homie who was like, yo, I got tickets to this show. And I was like, I'm not going to a romantic show with you, dog. Like, you're wildin'. He said, dogs, you don't understand. They're gonna go.
Damn, I wanted to say it before.
Yeah.
I wanted to say it.
Yeah, he's like, they're gonna go in hordes.
Caz, we did it.
He said they're gonna be in hordes. Like, they're not.
Sorry to interrupt you, Laker fan. It just won, nigga. 110, nigga. We were down by 20. We were down by 20 again, baby. Down by 20 again, and we just won. We were down 20 coming into the fourth, nigga.
What it do?
I was waiting. You didn't see I was.
Look at it.
You didn't see me over here, like.
No.
Oh, Bridges gunning from behind.
Yeah,
They got the late reaction. I'm on ESPN.
I'm offended,
Like,
son.
Yo,
I apologize.
I'm offended.
Like he had to pee. He was like,
yo, run it up.
I'm offended, son.
I gotta say it.
It's like, yo, boy, you see
Yeah.
that is a gem, Knicks. Sorry,
He was about to. He was about.
By the time you see this, you gonna know already.
Yes.
But we have just witnessed the Knicks take game 2
at Boston.
Wow.
In Boston.
in Boston.
So
in Boston.
we have to say.
Bridges did the same thing.
You know what we gotta do?
And they
Next time.
came back.
I know what
from
you're
how
gonna say.
many
No.
20
I know what you're gonna say.
again?
I was gonna say we do gotta
won by
segue.
1 point.
We gotta segue
Come
to
on, man.
what it means.
Score was 91 to 90.
You lucky we can't smoke in here.
We got to segue to what it means for the Knicks to be be 2-0.
Hey yo.
Wait, back.
Hey yo, Caz.
Back to sports.
Caz, what decade
We got to go
in?
back, son. This is big,
What
right here.
decade we in?
What decade?
Man down.
2025. Oh, okay.
Man down.
Young and down.
Young and down.
It's all good.
We still here.
So now,
If we was talking about Jim Jones and shit, he'd be like, "Oh, he's here."
I got something
Young
to put
and
in. son. I got something.
down.
But that new edition,
Any heartbreak.
Any Heartbreak, outside of
bananas.
hip hop joints, I've
That's
been to good
bananas.
Mary joints, you know, but Mary can't beat R. Kelly to me. You know, but Mary is super dope. Mary is super
One
dope.
pick, nigga. All right. Any hard.
Any
No addition.
No addition.
You
no
got
addition.
one. Who did you say? You said Judy Torres. Oh shit.
Got it.
By the way, Judy Torres
You gotta
just
get that.
got inducted to the Bronx Walk of Fame.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Salute.
Freestyle
Salute.
artist Judy Torres. So no
Freestyle.
slight.
That's what's up.
She-
That's what's up.
Congratulations, mama.
Where is that, by the way?
She gets one of them.
Yeah, she gets
Did
the
she get a
sign
street
on the
sign?
Bronx
Is it
Walk of
Close
Fame.
to yours.
I don't know where they're gonna put it.
My boy
You
did
know,
one this
but
year.
guess
too.
what? Kimber Walker as well. Kimber Walker's been elected to the Bronx Walk of Fame as well. Let me put that out there.
Salute.
All right. I was
Salute.
just at the Bronx, the beginning of the Bronx Week with the Bronx Borough president when they announced all the new inductees to the Bronx Walk of Fame, which I am a member as well. All right, so salute to Kimball Walker and to Judy Torres and others. Who didn't answer
Tone
this
didn't go.
query
Tone
about
didn't go.
Tone? It's on you.
I don't remember the name of this concert, but the shit was bananas. It
No,
was,
you started. You said the Fresh Fest.
No, but
No.
you
It was a different. This was not hip hop. This is not hip
I
hop.
went to the joint. It was all these young niggas. It was Bobby Brown headlining. It was
Vanilla
I'll be
Ice.
sure.
Soul for Real.
It was
Tevin Campbell.
H-Town.
Okay.
It was
H-Town is
that
fine.
whole young tribe.
High five.
High Five was there.
Yeah, when you say
Truth, rest in peace. You know.
you can rest in peace to people in H-Town too.
H-Town too. Yeah. Them both of them niggas was bad.
Somebody like Silk and all them niggas.
Yeah, it was like that whole young
Silk was dope.
And when I tell you they tore that, this was when I said, yo, Bobby Brown is a Martian. Like this nigga, like when niggas say he was the king of stage, if you watch Bobby Brown, young Bobby Brown on his own, that nigga was incredible. I know different things played a part, but he was incredible. Cause this nigga climbed up.
Bobby was the truth.
Yeah, he was jumping on speakers.
He climbed up. They was double stacked speakers.
Yeah.
And no lie, I'm without exaggeration, I want to say the shit was about maybe 8 to 9 feet tall. The two speakers stacked. This nigga jumped off that shit.
Yeah.
When the nigga jumped off, I was like, yo, the show is over.
He gonna die.
Yeah, he gonna die.
Right.
He jumped into a split.
This nigga hit the floor.
Went to a split.
Went to it. No, he ain't do that.
He rolled over? Did he roll over?
Nah, he just went to a crouch. And I was like, there's something wrong with this nigga. But then he didn't miss a lyric, didn't miss a step. Nigga, I'd have been in traction for the rest of my life. Like, you know, my knees would have went up to my shoulders. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they didn't say his knees ain't go to his shoulder. He just knew how to do it.
Bobby in his
Whatever. That
heyday,
nigga ain't dropping
in his
roll or
heyday,
nothing. He
Niggas
just the
just said,
truth.
dang.
Performing, live performance, he was the truth. He was the truth. King of R&B, maybe not. But was he the fucking truth?
performing?
Yeah, you motherfucking
As
right.
far as performing,
Can I
incredible.
give an honorary mention?
Hold on, let me get mine in.
Yes, sir.
Best non-hip hop concert. I got two. One, Parliament, Funkadelic.
Ooh, damn.
Can't really top that.
You
Yeah, he
ain't
can't
seen a concert till you've been to a motherfucking Parliament Funkadelic concert.
George Clinton.
Nah, you can't top. These motherfuckers wearing diapers.
And I saw James Brown, the Godfather of Soul, at B.B. King's
JB.
in Manhattan.
JB is stuff.
One of his last performances.
JB is
I
stuff.
saw the Godfather of Soul.
JB is
I
stuff.
performed on, remember when James Brown first got out of jail, he had that pay-per-view shit? I performed on that shit, so everybody was there. I met Isaac Hayes.
Ooh.
I met Isaac Hayes, and I said that I met Isaac Hayes, and I said to Isaac Hayes, did we get that son bitch from the movie? He started cracking the fuck up.
Nice.
I met
Nice.
Barry White that night too. And I met the person I wanted to meet, the greatest of all time. I met Muhammad Ali.
Oh, man. Wow. You shitting right
I
now.
lost my fucking mind.
You
Standing with
shitting
Cool
right
OD,
now.
fucking with Mo D.
Avery, what they said in the barbershop, you ain't never meet
You
that
ain't never. Martin Luther the King.
He said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Let me write the check.
Let me write the check. No, you did not.
Yeah. Yo, I'm gonna tell you,
You ain't never met Muhammad Ali.
my honorary mention concert is Luther Vandross. Though.
Luther.
Jesus Christ. son.
Not quite
curl.
I seen him I seen him 3 times. So I seen Fat, Skinny, and every time, son. He did not
I almost seen it.
disappoint.
I'm with you.
son.
I'm with
He
you.
did
Me and my
not-
shorty
He
at
did.
the time,
He did not
we went
disappoint.
to Luther, and that was when he brought out the Kentucky Fried Chicken buckets.
Oh.
He was like, "Yeah, Eddie Murphy, I got something for you." Because Eddie Murphy
That
in
made them
his
joke.
Raw concert
Made them joke.
called Luther a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
So after that, when Luther started doing concerts, he bring out like a
big
string of
Kentucky-
boxes of
yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, yeah, as far as his, Eddie Murphy
talking
is
about-
and the crowd went crazy.
Crazy, yeah,
Cracked
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck
And
up.
then he sing his
Luther-
ass off.
Luther got business.
And to you, I would say how far Barry go. Listen, my cousins. Now, shout out to my cousin Stephanie, her husband, Brooklyn. He was a PD in Brooklyn. When he passed,
Pedophile?
nah. Oh no, he was a cop. Nigga, this nigga's
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Take a shot. 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 Hold on.
Take a drink.
You gotta take a shot.
Give it up.
Gotta take a shot.
Give it up. Give it up.
Let's go. Let's go. No, you got to take it. You got to take it, son.
Nah, for real.
To the face.
He was housing PD. He was housing PD retired.
Got you.
Yo, when he retired, when we went to Arlington because he was a vet. We went to Arlington, had a funeral for him. She had a Barry White impersonator at the fucking funeral.
So did you stop the show for that?
Yo, when I tell you, he sounded exactly like Barry.
Say it.
Why can't I take a shot?
Show me that for that.
Yo, you want to talk about
The
it?
show? Story about it in front of you?
Yo, when I say,
Oh my God,
when I say
dog.
he sound exactly
Yo, people at home, I just want you to know, this is what be happening, son. This is what be happening, son.
Take a shot.
All right, I got a shot.
Nigga, just stop.
All right, throw this back.
Okay.
Segue, son. Pump the show, son. We losing subscribers. We losing subscribers, son. We losing subscribers, son. You got to segue, son. You got to do something, son. You got to do something. Mike, do it, Dan.
We losing him, Mike. Get up and dance.
We losing them, son. We fucking losing them, son. We fucking. So we are, you know,
Oh my God.
skank of
I
that.
don't have one. So yo, crazy. Oh man. Woo.
They tried me, Vern. They tried to get me, Vern.
Hey, listen, one of my producers, could you find me some kind of tissue, napkins, or something? Because I'm crying over here. I'm fucking crying.
Give him a tissue, Tito.
Yeah. Jermaine.
Hand me a tissue.
Stop teasing.
Stop teasing.
Stop teasing, son. Stop teasing, son.
Shimon sleep.
Oh, man.
Shimon sleep.
Hey, could we get to some kind of normalcy around here?
I got a hip hop question.
Let it be hip hop and let it be real. Let it be.
It is a real joint. It's a
Let
real
it be
joint.
something that hip hop could say. Okay, yeah, I got something to say about that.
Giving them a lot of pressure.
I know I'm putting them
no.
under pressure. Right?
What I would say is this. I think that we all, being New York-based individuals, we saw this phenomenon called West Coast rapping.
No doubt.
We saw this thing happen, and we had to process it, right?
sure.
So now I would say I have West Coast artists who I love, right? Who I love and make
all
para,
do. Yeah,
you know?
oh, yeah.
So, but that's what I want to know.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Who's the West Coast artist that we say, hey, yo, I do have a qualifier, right? That I want to ask the captain as to how do we deal with this issue called Tupac?
Ooh,
Right.
Pac.
That, hold on.
I need a specific question.
Here's the question that I'm going to ask about Pac. Is do you consider Pac, who learns to rhyme on the East Coast, who moves to the West Coast, do we consider him a West Coast artist?
I would.
You gotta consider.
I would have to.
You're not the captain.
No, if you ask me the question-
you shut your mouth.
Yeah, you got something to say. But if you're asking me the question, I would consider Pac a West Coast artist in the sense that, yeah, does he come from New York? Yeah, when he was little, when he was a kid, did he get his first influences on what hip hop is? Yes. But when he was young, when he
came to
became
fame.
at an impressionable age, he was on the West Coast. He was out in Oakland. He was in the Bay Area. He was with Digital Underground and those guys. And even though you can hear the knowledge of him being from New York in his raps,
In his raps, yeah.
his style and everything was West Coast influence. And then when he left the Bay Area to go to LA, he was all West Coast influence. You know, his disdain for the East Coast as far as what went on there, it had nothing to do with his sound or anything. You
No
could
doubt.
tell he was from the East Coast once he totally
Started spitting
you know,
it.
went with a West Coast narrative and a West Coast kind of, you know what I mean, sound. So I would say I wouldn't consider him an East Coast MC.
said
I
no,
think
okay.
he was
There we go.
influenced early by the East Coast, just like many West Coast hip hop artists were. But I think they have their own sound, and if you had to consider them for one style or the other, I would put him West Coast.
Throw it around.
Now, it's just like that. Just like he went there, his other artists came here.
Yes, indeed.
Guru came here.
Came here. And did what they
Okay, but did they adopt the
Yeah.
sensibilities
But
of the
damn.
place they came to, or did they
No,
remain
he
themselves?
I think he adopted when he got here. He adopted
We're answering KB's question.
We're answering
my
my
bad,
question.
my
I
bad.
just
Say, what's the
I just
question?
wanted clarification on Pop
Pop.
specifically because it changes my picks. But we could throw it out.
What was it again?
East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast? No.
being from New York, do you
West
consider
Coast
him-
favorite West Coast artist as an East Coast person. So now somebody in the West might have different.
Wait a minute.
That's not what
They'll show you. They'll show you.
When we say West,
I'll tell you. I'll tell you verbatim.
Can we get a-
Hold on.
Just
I'll tell you
West.
verbatim what the question was. The question was, as people who have lived in the East Coast, right? We see the phenomenon of the West Coast,
No doubt.
right? And we then respect their artistry. And so what our
Say what you really said.
my question is, as that, what are our favorite West Coast?
That's not what you
artists?
asked, though.
It is.
No, you did. I'm gonna tell you what you asked.
No. That
this
was
is-
a qualifier after I asked the question.
No, you never asked
After
nothing after that. No, this is what I'm trying to tell you. The first thing you said was the best side of the West, right? You said that, and then you just brought up Pop. You didn't say who's the best three, who's the top 10. You just said West Coast. Let's go to the West Coast. Do
we'll
we
see.
consider Pac a West
I
Coast?
thought I did.
Right.
That's how you went.
Like a two-pointed question.
Without letting us know.
Not who's your favorite West Coast artist, or do you consider
question.
Pac an East
Okay,
or West Coast
fair
artist?
enough. Fair
That's
enough.
two questions.
I digress. I apologize. My question is favorite three
West Coast rapper.
West Coast artists.
Okay.
So give three. Give three.
I give
Exhibit,
C,
Ice
I'll
Cube.
give 3, Exhibit, Ice
Can we get a
Cube.
concise answer from one of you niggas, man?
He said
Okay.
3.
Go ahead, give me the next one.
Exhibit, Ice Cube, and Kendrick.
And Kendrick.
Nice.
Okay, Tone.
I really don't listen to them niggas like that.
Yeah, he really don't.
He really don't. Like and subscribe.
Sir,
Like and subscribe to the CAZual
we
Talk
might
Podcast.
need another
And we want
dance,
your
son.
feedback. We
Mike,
want your
we
feedback.
might need another.
Go ahead, Tone.
No,
I'm not
man.
gonna dance again.
Let it go. Let it
I
go.
really
Let
don't
it go.
listen to West
Let
Coast
it go.
rap like
Let
that.
Let it go. You don't listen to West Coast. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he
now,
really
now,
don't. He really
now,
don't.
Rico.
Now, hold on, I'm not finished.
He said shit.
Oh, you were gonna give some picks. Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, I listened to it when it was hot, but I'm like within the last 10, 15 years, I can't tell you who's rocking on the West Coast. Like you know
That's
what I'm
why
saying?
it's your 3. That's why
It's
it's
your
your
three.
That's why
It's
it's
your
your
three.
3.
What you like?
So they're gonna be kind of old school picks.
Pretty sure with 50-year-olds, they're gonna be old picks, man. Yeah.
Whatever's clever.
Nah.
Exhibit, Tupac. I was a Ren fan.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm gonna leave it there.
MC Ren, the motherfucker.
No doubt.
Solid.
Who's up? Margo?
It's on you.
All right. I would have to say Snoop.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
All right. And Ice Cube. I did
course.
like Ice Cube like a motherfucker. I like
Of course.
love Ice Cube.
You gotta say
And Snoop, Ice Cube. If you put Tupac in it, then it would be Tupac.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna say Tupac because
Yeah.
I don't consider him that way. So I'll say Ice Cube, Snoop, and I can go Exhibit.
Exhibit is nice.
I can go Exhibit.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, what?
If you wanna put a. You could give a fourth. Just throw
I
a
can give a
fourth.
fourth.
Just throw a
Now
fourth.
this guy, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like none of his rhymes. I didn't like none of that shit, but he's a hell of a fucking performer, and you got to put him up there. MC Hammer. He's a hell of a fucking performer. I've seen them shows. Hell of a fucking performer.
Okay.
And just a question: you don't put Snoop in that category?
As far as performing,
No, he
As
said
don't-
Snoop.
as
He
don't
said
rhyme
Snoop.
it?
He says I know he said Snoop, but you said
doesn't.
sidebar. You put Hammer for performance. You
No
don't like his.
sidebar. No
Nah, yeah,
sidebar.
hold on.
We ain't got
No.
time for sidebar. See, he said 3 people.
No.
He said Snoop, who else, and Hammer.
Ice Cube.
No, but this is a question that I want to bring up because you said you don't like any of Hammer's rhymes, but you got an honorable mention for Hammer.
I said I like
As-
his performance.
You like his performance.
Yes.
That's just the West Coast.
So I'm saying, don't you think Snoop falls in that category, or you like his lyricism?
I like Snoop's lyricism.
Okay.
Not because his rhymes are
It's
tight.
not.
Okay.
He likes it. He likes it. Go to Rico.
Are we breaking it down to categories?
No.
I thought we were going
I
what
thought
you
we were
like.
just saying names.
What you like? What you like?
No.
Okay.
Just saying.
What you like?
He clarified it. I'm good with his answer.
I'll take Ice Cube. I'll take the DOC.
Yes,
and
sir. Yes, sir.
and
Yes,
throw
sir.
Too Short. Take
Yes.
throw Too Short in there for
Yeah.
me.
Yes,
as
sir.
far as his influence, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
no
the,
doubt.
the kind of noise that he's made consistently out in the Bay. Too Short is the Bay Area's LL Cool J.
But what's his favorite word?
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I try a question?
I'm trying
Hold
to
on.
tell you, this nigga done
Yes.
he done made 14, 15
He did skip you.
albums
He did skip you.
from the same label. You know what I mean? With the same sound. He never changed up. He had, you know what I mean, moved up with the times. And if you're talking about lyrically, is he a lyrical genius? No. But have he made constant albums for the last fucking, I don't know
That
how
people
many
like.
fucking years?
Yep.
When you say West Coast, you better throw his name
you
up
gotta
in
do
there.
it.
Yo, Mo,
And
is
I
that
am.
West?
So I'm saying Ice
But
Cube,
is that West
the
or Midwest?
DOC, and Too Short.
It's short.
can I try a question? Hold
I
on.
don't know.
Too Short is from San Francisco,
San
nigga.
Francisco.
Ain't
Bro,
no
can I
more.
ask you a question?
Just ask the
Hold on.
question.
Ain't
Hold
no
on.
further west.
Don't go into his thing. Let Rico go because he didn't get the
Scarface
guts.
West Coast?
Scarface is
It's not
down
West Coast.
south.
He's down south.
He's from Houston.
All right, now my fault because I was there. I
Yes.
like damn West.
You
Pretty
gonna
much.
fuck with E40. He's in the West Coast, Vallejo, California. You
Type
could,
shit, yeah.
if you want to.
Cause that's the
You
type
said
of
if you
like I'm
want.
saying like
It depends on what you
Because what I'm trying to
talking
say.
about.
No.
You talking about MCs
No,
or your
there's no
favorite
wrong
West
answer.
Coast
No, it's
artist?
not. It's not.
There
If
isn't
you
any
just your
wrong.
favorite
It's
West
what
Coast
you
artist,
like.
like Young
Hold on.
MC,
No.
nigga, give me Oaktown 357, motherfucker.
What I'm trying to say is like I was saying, I thought Scarface was from the West Coast, but since
No, he's
he's
from
not,
the South. He's from
I
Houston.
but I like
Ghetto Boys from Houston.
you know,
Ghetto Boys.
Organized
Ice
North.
Cube was always one of those
Ice
you
Cube
can't
is
go
dope.
wrong at any time with what
Ice
he
Cube
did.
is dope.
I don't know. And I'm just gonna throw it because this is me. I don't know that much West Coast.
all the
Whatever
Game.
you-
I like
whatever
the
you want.
Game's album that dropped.
Okay,
No, he
okay,
put-
you can
The
put
game.
the
that,
game in
you
there.
know, the
The
West
game
Coast.
is nice. The game is nice.
Young MC.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
So you got extra time, son. That's what I'm telling you. You got to tell niggas the questions, son. You got extra time. Go ahead, my dude.
Maybe DOC. I like DOC.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you. I just,
So I say,
Well,
you would say, hold on, let
so
him say.
I say Q, DOC, and what? My third one was who?
He said Cube, DLC.
And my third one,
Y'all niggas take too
yeah,
long.
forget.
I know, there we
I
go.
had it,
You
but I
don't got
forgot.
it.
I smoked too much.
What's them cats?
But see now,
What's
to
them
throw
cats?
that back, wasn't DLC from Texas?
DOC from
He's
Texas,
from
but made
Texas. He
his
went-
name
his
and
name
his
is
bones
name
in
and-
Los
That's why.
Angeles.
That's why I wanted to get the
the
pop.
same way that Pac
I
is
wanted to
from
get the
New
pop.
York,
I
but
wanted.
made his
I wanted to
name
get the
and his
pop
bones
clarification.
And then Coast.
on
What's
the
those
Bay
cats
and
from
then
the
West
Mexican
Coast.
guy, the dudes that be with Ice Cube all the time? I really like them too. What's the
Dub
West Coast.
No,
Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill. Okay.
Cypress Hill.
Mac 10 is the nigga that be with Ice Cube.
Mac
Cypress
10.
Hill fuck
Mike
with them too.
10.
Fuck with Ice Cube too.
Cypress
And
Hill,
Dope C.
Son,
Cypress Hill had beef with Ice Cube.
Stone.
Over a song,
You're gonna
right?
start facing
Up until not
consequences
too
over there.
long
son.
ago.
You're gonna start facing
So,
consequences.
I'm
if you
saying that was their group.
All right, so I'm gonna get my three.
Was it Ice Cube, Dub C, and what's the name?
Yeah, that's the
I'm gonna give my
West Side Connection.
West Side Connection.
West Side Connection.
I'm gonna give my three
Saying, nigga. I ain't
My
saying
3
nothing that ain't
is
factual.
definitely Tupac has to make it. Tupac, I definitely love him, but my favorite West Coast rapper is Ice Cube, right? Like Ice Cube is my favorite out there. I would say Snoop, but since Snoop has already got the love, I'm gonna give it to my next dude, which is MC8, son.
MC8?
Yeah, MC8, son.
That's on some, like,
MC8.
that's my guy. That's who
That's
I
my
like.
guy
That
right
Dope
there,
Town
dog.
gang
That's
was
who
saying
I
that
like.
thing.
MC8 is my guy,
I
dog.
like MCA as a character, as
Son,
as a
that's my
person.
dude right
Not
there.
that I know him personally,
Yeah,
but
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
what he
Okay, that
portrays.
Dope Town gang was
Huh?
saying
No, there's so many.
Well,
Yo,
Corrupt.
So many.
Corrupt.
So
they
many.
influence of
Corrupt.
Give it up to Corrupt.
Lady of Rage.
Your man that
Lady of
Ice-T.
Rage. You know what I'm saying? Yo. You know what I'm saying?
you kind of put me up on him. You mentioned him before.
T?
Diamond.
From the West Coast, King T,
Nah. Caz?
Razzcast.
You kind of put me up.
Exactly.
from the West Coast.
Razzcast.
From the West
Lyrically, like
kinda
as far as
lyrically,
the MC, you got to throw Razzie in that conversation as well. You know what I
Lyrically,
mean?
You
Yeah,
put
you
me
gotta
on
do
him,
that.
and I listened to some of his shit, and I was like, yo, this nigga spit.
Yeah, Raz is real.
Crooked Eye. All right.
He's real with it.
All right. Tones throw out a question, baby. Oh, no. Man,
That's a shot.
That is a shot.
Oh, what?
That's a shot.
That is a shot.
That's a shot.
He
And
woke
matter of
up
fact,
he woke up for a hot minute.
guys,
He
check
went
this
back
out.
down.
We're working on a theme
No,
song
what?
for the CAZual Talk
I know you're gonna
podcast.
bring up some young nigga
And
from the West Coast.
Son, don't disrespect that young man, son. Let that young man fight.
Let him build.
no,
No.
we're not
No, 'cause
talking
he got
about
his
where
balls
you. It ain't where you from.
It's
nigga.
where you at.
Where you at. All right.
That's real talk.
Shout out to Ross, son. Shout out to Ross.
It ain't where you from. It's where you
Shout
at,
out to
baby.
Rob, baby. Shout
I
out to
mean, we
Rob.
know Primo is from Dallas. You know what I mean? A lot
Shout out
of people
to
been
Rob.
transplanted, but when you got
If you got
your
a question,
inspiration, where
we
you
just trying to
made
get the
your
questions
bones
popping.
at, you know what I mean? Where you were influenced by.
I'm
gotta
gonna call
hold
a
that
You
for
don't
timeout.
sound like Dallas.
And
Hell no,
and
that
shit,
nigga sound
I
like
learned
boom
something new, 'cause I
bap
ain't know
New
he was
York
from- I ain't know
City.
where he was
I
from.
didn't know that
You
either.
understand what I'm
timeout.
saying? So,
I thought he was an East Coast nigga.
Cause they got a
who?
Come here. I never knew where he was
Sprinkle
from.
for
Man's from, nah, he from,
No,
he
that's
from
what's
Texas.
up. That's what's up. You learn something new.
And that's
How you
why I
walk off the set to go PP?
Nigga, I go to the bathroom, nigga. I'm 50
So we
plus,
might
nigga.
not
I
be
go
able
the
to drink
bathroom.
during
He
the
said,
show,
I'm a
son.
boy,
I'm
Damon.
50, that's right.
Some
nigga.
people
I'm
can't
50
drink during
plus.
the
I gotta
show,
go to the bathroom.
Two MCs that you think are underrated, underappreciated, or should be in more talks of being nice.
Ooh.
Good one. Oh, good one. Good one for all you disgruntled MCs and shit that
He just disgruntled
in these
MC.
conversations.
He said you
trust and believe.
disgruntled
It's a lot of
MCs.
niggas out there that don't get
Lot of-
included in these greatest of all time
yeah.
or even considered
Yeah.
top 10 in these conversations.
Yeah.
But if you look at, like if you talk to rappers or you talk to MCs, they got a different insight.
That's right.
On,
That's
on
what's good.
who's dope and why. And I think a better insight. Like if you ask me who's dope, you better respect my opinion. You know why? Because I'm dope. Okay, I'm the motherfucking judge on what's dope and what ain't. I'm the reason why niggas is dope.
The standard bearer?
Exactly. I'm the fucking standard for dopeness. So if I tell you something is fire, that shit is fire, trust and believe. And you ain't gotta go along with it.
Please don't hit
but
the
trust and
wires.
believe what
Just
the
look
fuck
at
I
the
said
wires
about
as
it.
you go.
It's
Shut up,
fire.
shut up, shut up,
I know.
shut up.
And a lot of
Hands off my
people's
camera.
opinions aren't warranted under the guise that, like, I know what I'm talking about because I done this.
Yeah.
Most of you people that are weighing in on situations, on events, on narratives, on things, you never even did that shit. It's just your opinion. It's what you like or what you don't like. That's all it is. You know what I mean? But if you never wrote a rhyme, you ain't got no conversation for me about who can write a rhyme or not. What rhyme writing is about. You can't talk to me about that. Okay? If you never stepped on the stage, you can't tell me about who's the greatest performer or what it takes to perform or get it in on that because you never did that. Okay? And a lot of things, sports, all of those things. If you never played the game, how can you dispute somebody who knows the ins and outs and the mechanics of the game itself? Just because they not as, famous as you, or just because you have more notoriety. Fuck that. This ain't what we about here on CAZual Talk. All right, we keeps it $120. You understand what I'm saying? So you ain't gotta be America's favorite to be our favorite.
Right.
You know what I mean, you ain't gotta be the greatest by the Source magazine standards to be the greatest by our standard. Okay? You ain't gotta be the GOAT by what a magazine tells you as opposed to our standards or your own. It's all subjective.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And it's all casual talk, baby. Make sure you like and subscribe. The Henny Boys is in the motherfucking building. Okay? Put your cups up. Cups up, baby.
Oh, that
Talk
shit.
that shit.
Oh, that
Come on,
shit.
that's what we
So
do.
let's throw it to Mike.
I ain't got no more.
Let's throw the pick.
So what's the question?
done.
Yeah,
I ain't
hold
got
on,
no
hold
more.
on.
I ain't got
Before
no
we
more.
get
I
into
ain't
it,
got
what's
no
the
more.
question?
Mike been kind of light.
Let
you know what I mean?
him
Bill?
reiterate the question.
What's the question?
Two most underrated,
Underrated.
or underappreciated, or they should be in more talks.
Goat talk.
Not goat
Not goat
talk.
talk, but
Just
more
Just more.
conversation.
Yeah,
Just
like
more.
these niggas
More
are super
conversation.
nice.
Two people.
Yeah,
Quick.
true.
Dang.
Two people or two
people.
groups?
Two
artists
people,
or
artists, real
groups.
quick.
Artists, groups, whatever you want. Just two people that you don't think is
explanation.
underrated.
Just say the group.
I hollered at you earlier, Coast Contra. I like that.
All right, Coach Contra,
Coach
newer
Contra,
group
I like
that's out
that.
right now,
No
making
doubt.
a lot of noise.
They making noise, no doubt.
like
and that should be. Let me see. Outside of them, I got somebody, but I can't.
Come now, man.
He said
Yeah,
I
I
got
can't-
somebody.
Oh, he got one. Go ahead, next.
I got one.
You got one.
All right,
Take that
Tone.
One is
Take
good
that
enough. One is good
Take
enough.
that one.
AZ, CL Smooth.
Ooh,
Two good
two
picks.
great picks.
Two picks. Two good
Two
picks.
great
No
picks,
doubt, no
okay?
doubt.
And the one thing about them, they're both associated with other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and that kind of takes away from
Yeah.
your personal notoriety when you're known for being a part of something, you know what I mean? And when that thing is no longer
When you're the
viable.
Kobe Bryant.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Nigga always got.
I would say one of my favorites, Black Thought. Right?
Of course.
Black Thought,
Oh, yeah.
and because I only get one more, son, I got a ton of them, but because I get one more, I'm gonna go Most Def.
Most stuff.
Give me three. Good. Give me one more.
Give you another.
Since you said you had a bunch.
I do got a bunch. You know, we could go.
But if you gotta think about it, you
no.
can pass
We
the
could
buck.
go Heavy
Just
D.
one, just one.
We could go
Heavy
Heavy
D.
Heavy
Okay,
D. I
right,
don't
take
think
it.
that Heavy D gets a lot of what he should get, in my opinion. You know.
Okay.
I think that's a good pick.
Good
Yeah,
pick.
you
I
Mike.
think this is a good pick because you know the term, you know what I mean? Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when people, you know, either
But
pass
normally
away
doesn't
or
it
they're
go-
not in the forefront of your consciousness, you tend to forget
Yeah.
how important or how dope or how
Yeah.
when they were there.
But doesn't it
So
normally
good
go the
pick.
other way? Like when somebody dies, doesn't it normally sort of
Only
bolster you?
for a minute. Only for a minute. Because they've said, you know, once you pass away, even your whoever you're in a relationship, it'll take a certain amount of time before that person is over you and forgets about you.
And that's what
And then everybody, because it's out of sight, out of mind. Once you're gone, and people start moving on to the next thing. Rico.
I just got one, and that's because I'm not being biased or nothing like that. I'm talking about because I've heard him growing up pretty much all my life, and being there and seeing what he did. I said Lord Tariq, man.
Oh, Lord Tariq.
I say Lord
All
Tariq,
right.
one of the best MCs out there
back.
without nobody.
We talking Deja Vu, the song Deja Vu, Lord Tariq and Peter
Got
Guns,
a lot of mixtapes
Uptown,
out
baby.
there. You know what I'm saying? I've heard mixtapes and all
Lord
that.
Tariq is lyrically nasty.
That's what I'm saying. I
think
just
so.
got one, and
I
I feel
agree.
like I don't know what really went behind closed doors or what really happened between all that bullshit. But I think if none of that would have happened, that nigga would have been one of the top niggas right now. MC.
Understood.
MCing. And I'm not biased because I'm from Soundview, but
Yes, you are.
No, you got insight. You have an insight
Yeah.
because you from
Yeah.
Soundview.
But
Don't they normally
Lord
say
Tariq
that?
is nasty.
yeah. I think he won underrated, and I just had one. I don't.
Lord
you know
Tariq
what I'm
They
is
saying?
normally
nasty.
say that before, you know.
I really just got one. I really tried to think
Oh,
of
here
another,
you
but I only
go.
got one.
Here you go.
Mike T?
I say Kumo D don't get enough props.
Huh?
Kumo D's a bad motherfucker on the microphone.
I think he gets a lot of props. You don't think he gets a lot of props?
I know that's your boss, but I'm just saying.
He don't get enough props, man.
You know what?
You don't hear his name in a lot of
I
conversations.
don't think he gets enough props in today's conversation as far as GOATs or great MCs, but when you go back if you talking about the first school of great
Yeah,
MCs,
yeah.
Kumo D is always included.
Yeah, in the
that
first school, I'm
trinity,
talking about now.
in that
Yeah.
trinity of great MCs,
When
which
we-
I'm
when
a
you bring
part
up
of as well.
MCs.
Yeah.
So me, Melly Mel, and Kumo D are considered by hip hop
Yeah.
as the first trinity
That's who
of
it would
great
be.
MCs.
It would be Mo and Mel.
Huh?
It would be
You
Mo
said
and
Mo and
Melly
Mel.
Mel.
I think Mel gets a lot of credit
Mel don't
too,
get-
but I'm not going to just
props
make a
among certain people. You know what I mean? But
In
if
hip-hop
you-
circles,
if you-
in
for
true
instance,
hip-hop
let me give you an
circles.
example. It went all the way around and got to me, and I didn't hear those names.
Nobody said Kumo D all the way
Or
up
Mel.
until you.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because we've gotten to a point now where we separate the now and the then.
Yeah.
Like if it was a 2-part question of
give two generations.
of who all our favorite artists now wouldn't be them without Caz,
We don't-
without
yeah.
Mo, without Mel.
Yeah.
So it's almost to a point where we separate when we have a lot of debates, because if we would have to say like, yo,
Differentiate.
yeah, we would have to differentiate what time zone, because
Yeah.
it's
Chuck D, son.
It's subjective. At the end of the day, when
I think-
if you
I think-
don't break it down,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't simplify it or break it down
Yeah.
into either statistics or into different
categories.
categories, then it's going to be subjective. It's going to be about what you think. At the end of the day, what you feel. What you feel is going to be based on some of those things, but at the end of the day, your overall thought is, okay, I like the nigga. I like him.
No doubt.
Yeah, just like my hate for LeBron didn't have nothing to do with his stats.
Right.
Didn't have nothing to do with how good he was, nigga, you didn't sign my jersey.
Yeah.
Fuck your jersey,
So
nigga.
fuck you.
You
know what I mean?
violated me.
Right.
Yeah,
That
you
kind of
violated
thing.
me.
Personal thing.
But there's a lot of people who have those
just-
kind of
it's just
prejudices
like- it's just like-
against people, no matter what your stats
It's
are,
just like
no
it's
matter
just
what
like
you did.
People come up to me, whatever they say, I think of you as nigga. I've been in your house, nigga. I broke bread with you, so this ain't no fucking fan, nothing. This is
your
I
man,
know
it's your
you,
mans.
nigga. I don't. Yo, niggas be like, yo, you know, yeah, nah, nigga, that's my man.
But back to a part of the question. How much hip hop do you listen to now? Like as far as
New artists.
newer artists.
This nigga's like,
No, because Mike,
you gotta do that to us.
We gotta do that next week.
Y'all
I don't
niggas is
listen to
old
too much.
school, so
We gotta do that. We gotta do that next week because I do listen to new artists.
No,
I do listen to new
I don't
artists.
listen to
I don't
all that.
either.
I'm gonna be
That's
honest.
I do.
I don't listen
I do
to
listen
a lot
to-
of the new
I don't
shit.
like all
Only
of
time
it.
I
I do
listen,
listen
only
to
time I get to hear a lot of any of the new shit is when I'm around my kids or grandkids or sometimes you're in the street, you hear the young kids play that shit. A lot of that shit I can't get with because I feel they're not lyrical enough. It's more about the track. If you make a record and it's selling millions and your lyric on it was mama and that was it. You know what I'm saying? To me, you need
mama.
lyrics on this shit.
Yeah, it
Mama.
could be Mama.
Understood.
Well, no, that shit there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get it, but I'm not, I don't.
Well,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
homework, though.
I've never been to a party or anywhere and I said, yo, put that shit on. You know what I'm saying? Where it was that type
Man,
of
put
sound.
that Don
Yo,
Julio
only thing,
Yeah,
only,
you never
only
hear
thing
me
I will
say
say, only thing I'll say is
And I don't
that
knock them.
Can I piggyback off of
I don't
CAZual?
knock them, but
there
I
are
just
some
don't
young
fuck with them.
dudes. There are some young dudes that are doing the craft, right? Like there's some dudes that's doing the craft. Baby, I think Baby is spitting, dog. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Baby is rhyming.
Dub
Dub
Baby
Baby?
or Lil Baby?
I think it's
The
Dub
Baby or
Baby.
Lil Baby?
Dub Baby.
No, a little bit.
It's too many
I like
littles
Lil
and too many does.
Dub
in
Baby.
this fucking
The
village.
Baby. The Baby.
I like Lil Baby.
He's a down
In this
south
fucking
kid.
field.
The
All
down south kid, I think, is rhyming. Of course, you could go Kendrick, J. Cole.
That's not what the shit we going off.
No, I
first
said
question.
young dudes rhyming.
I get what
nigga.
you're saying.
Follow, nigga.
I'm saying that you-
Kendrick is the man right now, or whatever, and this and that, and they not like us.
Yeah.
But none of us in this motherfucker could name 2 Kendrick Lamar songs.
Yeah. He's not
don't
my
listen to that
He's
shit.
not my favorite. I actually
We don't
like
listen to that.
I actually like Drake more than him, so
You do?
I do. I do.
I wouldn't
Come
know
on, we
the- I
back.
do.
We're
Nah, I have
back,
to look
we're
at my
back,
phone.
we're back to the
Listen.
Eminem argument.
Yeah, I do.
If we're going to talk about what great artists that we actually listen to on a day-to-day basis.
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I
right
ain't
now,
got crazy
we can big
Drake.
up Gil Scott-Heron and the Last Poets for being like the fucking guideline to positive and conscious rap in the early days. But how many of us actually listened to Gil Scott-Heron and the Last Poets back in the day? We didn't. We found out about them later and then like, oh shit, this is the shit that they was doing that we doing right now. Okay, but we weren't initially inspired by them. And so a lot of hip hop that you hear today wasn't inspired by the prior generation. These are cats that just picked this shit up on themselves and like, yo, this, okay,
you
well,
can
this
tell.
is what
I
I
could
think
do-
hip
I
hop
could
is.
tell.
And
You
this
can
is
tell.
their
I
rendition
could do this.
of what we're doing. They're not following our blueprint. They're not following our guidelines. They're not following our
The mythology.
mythology and all as well. So it's their rendition of what they feel hip hop is. And you got to give it to them.
Yes,
you got to
sir.
give it to them.
Gotta give it to
Yo,
them.
they're
So
prospering. They're
so
prospering.
now with that, with what you just said, right?
Whatever it was, I said.
No, whatever what you just said.
That
So
you
You
had.
get what I mean.
So
That you
now-
had alleged.
So now, Tone calls me. What you call me, son?
I call you a lot of shit.
Son of a bitch.
No, you said I listen to.
I call you a lot of
Among
shit.
other
You said I
things.
listen to a lot of unsigned artists and all type of
Yeah,
shit.
you got niggas demos.
Yo, I listen to across the board.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. Rock, pop. I don't give a fuck if it sound good to me. I listen to shit. I don't give a fuck. Listen, my people did my people found this shit? So why should I listen to this shit?
My niggas from Crown Heights.
Let's see this motherfucker.
See, here we go.
This nigga right here. Here he go.
nigga from Crown
This
Heights.
nigga right here.
Nah, but I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why shouldn't I listen to that? I listen to across the board.
I think you should listen to whatever you want to listen to.
Yo, you listen to whatever you
I
want to
think
listen
you
to,
should
man.
I think
Yeah.
you listen to whatever's available,
Yeah.
whatever
Oh.
appeals to you. I think the older you are, just like all of us,
See, that's what it is.
we
The older
relate
you
to
get.
things that are relatable to our experiences.
No doubt.
Okay, so we gravitate toward the things that we grew up listening to,
Basically.
the things that were
Going through.
like at the time when we were most impressionable. These were the things that sunk in. So now these are the things that we believe in. These are the things we grew up on. So if there's a variation of that, it's like, but it ain't this. It ain't this shit that I know, that I believe in. So we all kind of stick to our guns.
No doubt. No doubt.
You know, as far as our
upbringing.
belief
Yeah.
on those narratives. No matter how they may change and how we may agree with some of the changes, but we stick to our guns. This is what I know.
Yeah.
This is what I'm with.
What I like.
And for me, it's hip hop, baby. Day 1, day 2, day 3,
Three.
day fucking 4, baby.
Yes, sir.
The foundation has been laid. We laid this a long time ago. And it don't mean you gotta follow me word by word, but you have to stick to everything that is real in this motherfucking field that we call hip hop, baby.
doubt.
The elements, the foundation of the culture, okay, that built the fucking building blocks of this pyramid that we call hip hop. The reason why you guys can eat today, the reason why you guys have multi-million-dollar contracts, you getting podcasts, you getting record deals, you getting videos, you on fucking movies. You guys get all this shit. You know why?
All right,
Because of
you
the
gotta
blood,
leave, Vern.
sweat,
You gotta
and
leave. You
tears
gotta leave,
that
Vern.
we put
You gotta
in
leave right
back
now.
in the
James,
days.
James.
Okay? So, I mean, we just want to shout out hip hop.
Yes,
Period.
sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
the Henny Boys, Grandmaster Caz.
No
this
doubt,
is
no
the
doubt.
CAZual podcast, baby.
No doubt,
And we
no
about
doubt.
to toast it up for hip hop.
it up for
as
hip-hop.
we know it.
Yes,
As
sir.
we GM and Mike see it. Okay?
So we got two. We still got like 27 minutes.
It's all good, baby. We gonna pop this
No, I'm not
bottle and
asking.
keep
I'm
it
saying
moving.
that. Yeah, all right.
All right?
They just let me know.
You can edit that shit.
He said, "Yeah, that shit."
Whoever this hit, too bad. Hey!
Opa.
Yo, can I ask you? Can I ask you a question to piggyback off of you?
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, piggybacking off of what Caz said.
Sound
Like
good
anybody,
question.
it doesn't have to be
Yeah,
hip hop
that's
or
the- that's the thing.
somebody you met that in your
That-
heart
that-
you
that-
like, hey yo, and
Man,
it
fuck
wasn't the way it was.
They sort of
Go ahead. Let's go
I'm
with
gonna
you.
go. Let me go first.
Let's
Let me,
go.
I really,
come
yeah,
down.
let him go. Let him
I'm
go.
gonna
Let
go
him go.
first.
Let him go. Let him go.
So me and some of my brethren, we had went to one of the AAU games. right? One of my friends, Sewell Best, big shout out to you, brother. His son was playing in a tournament game. We went and we saw it. His game was done, so we came outside. We came outside. It's empty out there, right? Right? It's empty out there. When we get out there, a custom-made Mercedes-Benz drives up, right? So as soon as the custom is, I know that it's custom made. So as soon as I see it, I said, damn, son, that's gonna be somebody. Somebody getting ready to come out this, right? So it pulls up like basically right in front of us, and Carmelo Anthony comes out the joint.
Oh.
So when he steps out, the first thing I say is, yo, Melo, right? He's a New York Knick at this time. I'm like, Melo, son. So now again, my son there, all these kids is there. So again, as soon as I say Mel, I see the dejection in his face. Like, damn, son, I can't even get my feet out the whip
Before niggas start
before niggas get on this.
right.
And maybe he's made deals with his son. Yo, this is gonna be about you. I'm not going through fanfare stuff.
So it was mellow for you.
So Melo gets out, he does that. So when I say, yo, Mel, it's, oh, son, what the deal? So Mel says, I say, yo, Mel, because I saw the dejection in his face. I said, yo, let me remove myself. So, and I'm a fan of his personally, but I said, yo, let me remove myself from it. Yo, Mel, could you at least take a picture with the kids? Right? Like if no adults go in it, could you at least take a picture with the kids? And then he looked at me, son, with the dejected look on the, yo, I'm just out here on my daddy shit, right? Which I was like, dog, son, do you realize?
Like, I'm out on my daddy shit too, nigga.
And
I got one of them
these
stories.
kids may never get this close to you again. You don't get that. But I said, yo, you know what? I ain't gonna get into no argument with you. I say, yo, dogs, no doubt.
Here's the
You
crazy
do
shit
your
about
thing.
that.
You do your thing. But you better make the motherfucking playoffs, son.
Listen,
And when I said that, when
I'ma
I said
give you an easy pass right now.
because I said it just like that. When I said it, yo, when I cursed, he was like, and he said, yo, no doubt I got you.
You know what's
No
crazy?
doubt I got you. He kept it moving, son. And that didn't make me less, not that you deciding to be less of a fan of him. It's all a choice. I never held that against him. I never was like, yo, fuck this nigga Mel because what he did. I just was like, yo, you know what?
You wanna hear something
He could have
crazy?
done better.
right.
He could have done better
Okay.
than what he did.
Yo.
He didn't, and that's all right.
What's crazy is the reason why I brought this conversation up was because of Mel. Mine's is with Melo, with Carmelo Anthony too. Alicia Keys.
Mel, you.
Yo, Mel, what's up? Like we from the Bronx and all that.
You got to do better, my nigga.
listen,
You might got to
I'm gonna give you one. And this setting was crazy. Is Alicia Keys threw Swiss Beats a birthday party in the Bronx.
Okay.
Caz was DJ. So we go. So everybody that's invited was CAZual family. It had to be something.
You in the upper room.
It ain't nobody regular from the street just gonna come up to you. So it's up there. We at Hunts Point, like in the back up there. We chilling in the spot upstairs. So I see him talking to somebody. Huh? No, I'm saying he's talking to somebody I know. Bigga from Soundview and all that. So I see, they talking and shit. And I went, can I? You want a nigga?
You interrupt this.
That nigga turned his back to you.
Yo, Mo, I'm late, but I said what's up to, and as I was like, can I get it? I said, this motherfucker, like,
Yeah.
and I'm taking pictures with Alicia Keys holding, like, we chilling. I go to him, he looking at me. I said, you know what?
I don't know this
and I still
nigga.
love him. I go get it twisted. I'm a Melo fan. But he did me dirty. I felt so bad. I felt hurt in my own heart like this. And I'm walking around, took a picture with Jada Kids.
Okay, Mike.
I was at Essence Fest.
Okay.
1 year. And I went to, what's her name, P. Henson?
Taraji
P. Henson. She was sitting with her girlfriends. And I went to her and I
she
said,
is
Taraji,
bad. That is hurtful, right?
I said, Taraji, I don't mean to bother you. I am a fan.
You crazy
Love all your
bothering her,
movies.
son. You bothered her like a
And
motherfucker.
I just want to know, is it okay?
Fucking bothered her like
Come on, let him talk.
my bad. I apologize.
I want to know if it's okay if I can get to take a picture with you. And she said, in front of all her girlfriends, they all looking and they all staring. She said, I don't feel like taking no pictures right now. I'm just chilling with my girl, so I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I mean,
And I get it, because there's times I don't feel like taking no pictures.
you gotta
But when
take
she
that.
did
You
it,
gotta be able to take that. Though.
when she
And if
did
you
it,
had those Patrick Ewings on.
Let him go. Let him.
That's a
Yo,
shot.
you had them Ewings
That's a shot. KB, that's a shot.
if I'd have had my Ewings on, I would have. She better have
KB,
said some
take a
shit.
shot, man.
But I know you're not talking. But anyway.
Oh, Jesus.
You gotta take a shot for that one.
But it hit me because not because she said no, I'm tired or whatever. Because she did it in front of her girlfriends, and they was all like,
She clowned you, son.
they kind of like,
She clowned.
who this dude? Get out of here, type shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So she kind of clowned me, and
Yeah.
I felt bad about that shit. But that's the only time anything like that ever happened.
No doubt. No doubt.
Kane?
It doesn't really happen to me because
Cause he don't give a fuck about nobody.
He probably wouldn't extend
He
himself.
meets somebody like, yeah, whatever.
I think he wouldn't
Yeah,
extend
nigga.
himself.
I'll make my money just like you, nigga. You do,
no,
bitch.
it's what KB said. I
don't
really
think he
don't
would-
extend myself because
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen because
If
I
you do,
I don't have that cutoff switch. If you diss me, I'm dissing you back, and I don't want that problem.
Yeah, what's going to
The
come?
only one close to that, and I'm gonna say it, is Mo.
I knew it. Hey, yo, I swear
I'm
to
a-
God.
Mo
I
You said, you swear full
Mo
God?
is,
Full God.
Mo is my
Mo
favorite MC.
Well, that's how
He is my favorite MC. He's between him and Caz are the reason I started rhyming. I am a Mo D fan. So when I first started, when I would first interact with him, being around you, and first started running into him, it took this nigga like years to give me a.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But I understand niggas got their personalities.
Yeah,
but,
I don't speak to him, son.
but
I
it
don't
is,
speak to
but
him,
it is
son.
what it is. Like, you know what I'm
I don't
saying?
speak to
It
him.
don't take away
speak to
from
him.
where I hold them.
Cause you know what it is, I don't got time.
we're
I
a
don't
little
got
better
time.
now.
I don't got time for you to warm up to me, dogs. Either you fuck
That's
with
the
me,
thing. I
you don't.
ain't
You
got
fuck
time
with
for
me, or
that,
you don't fuck with
Yeah,
me.
but see-
but no, I wouldn't be disrespectful to him. That's just what I'm saying. I wouldn't be disrespectful to him. But if I see him standing there, I'm not doing. Oh, yo, Mo, don't you remember? I'm Caz.
Right, I'm
I'm Caz.
so-
I'm Caz.
so-
I'm not.
so-
I'm
I
not
don't do
doing
that
that.
with
shit.
nobody.
I ain't doing
never
that
do
shit.
that.
son.
And that's
You-
the thing.
He's
not
better
when
now.
Rakim is noticeably loving. KRS-One fucking bear hugs me, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Only because you told him one time, yo, son, my nigga Cav love you. Son, da, da, da.
KB,
But you was LeBron, that's why.
You know?
KB, I met Busta Rhymes about 4 times.
Buster's
4
my dude.
different times.
Yeah.
One time I met him, the very last time I met him, it's like he never met me before. He even spoke on it. Yo, I met the Mighty Mike C the other day in my mind. I'm going, nigga, you met me 4 different times. I even had drinks with you. Nigga. What the fuck?
But sometimes.
Yeah.
But my thing is along the same lines as yours. I ain't waiting for niggas to, it's a lot of motherfuckers that don't know me unless they see me with one of y'all. Niggas don't know me. Like, if they don't see me with one of y'all, they like, who the fuck? I don't know this nigga.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I
well,
just
that's-
said,
you know,
and
that's-
keep moving.
That's out of sight, out of mind.
Man,
They see
that's
you
all
on
And it is
something
what it
else.
is. And I know you in a circum. I know you in a circumstance. I know you in this circumstance.
Me personally, the only time that ever happened to me where I really gave a fuck about it was that LeBron episode.
Okay.
You know
Fuck
what I
your
mean?
jersey, nigga.
I'm in Cleveland. I'm in Cleveland.
Me and
I'm in the
we as the
Cleveland-
LeBronians, we have officially apologized.
Let me
for
say
that.
my story, bro.
Officially apologized.
I'm in
Officially
Cleveland,
apologized.
right? In the stadium. I'm in the
Yeah, you
stadium,
told
right?
me.
In Cleveland. I went out there. Larry Hughes. We went out to meet Larry Hughes. You remember when Larry Hughes was supposed to be the next nigga under LeBron, this and that, woo woo. And we working on the Cedric and Cedar company. So we trying to get Larry to be an investor. Larry flew us out. We flew out, whatever. We come to the game. I got on Cleveland everything. I got on Cleveland jeans, nigga Cavaliers jeans. I got on the LeBron jersey.
Everything.
I got on the hat, nigga. I got on every sweatbands, all that shit. I'm taking pictures inside the Cleveland Arena, everything. So I'm with my man Ray Riccio from Cedric and Cedar. So it's like, let's wait downstairs after the game when they come out in the hallway. We'll get to see the players as they come out. We'll stop LeBron. Now we there for Larry Hughes. Larry Hughes' family and all that got us tickets and all that up in there. We trying to get Larry Hughes to invest in our company, but shit, we in Cleveland. I want to meet LeBron. Me and my man, we standing in a tunnel. This is the tunnel after the locker room and before you go out onto the court. Game is over. We ain't for the players to come out. LeBron comes out. 1,000 kids out there waiting to take pictures with LeBron, with their moms and pops. LeBron is like, hey. It's a lot of people. There's too many people out here for me to take pictures with everybody. I'm going to take one picture with everybody. So he gets in the middle of like 50-something kids and their parents, and he take one picture. Boom. Now they take that picture. Now LeBron is walking into the court after the game to go talk to the players, his family, whatever. My man from the Cedric and Cedar Company is standing between him and going into the court. Excuse me, LeBron. LeBron turned around like real quick and looked at him, and it was like, yo, just the kids. Like I only stopped just to fuck with the kids. Whatever you talk about, I'm not trying to hear that shit. So then he kept walking to the court. And my man was like, yo, wait, LeBron. Like he was gonna tell him, yo, this is Grandmaster Caz. Before he even got that shit out of his mouth, I was like, hey! Don't sweat that nigga to try to introduce him to me. If he wouldn't stop for you and disrespected us, I took it as total disrespect. I was totally pissed off. Because I got on a LeBron jersey, I got on LeBron jeans,
and shit.
I got on a Cleveland hat, I got on everything. So once he did that, nigga, I was hurt. I was totally disrespected. I walked out onto the court that he passed us by on, and I seen the little kids like running around on the basketball court shooting shots. I did like the Mean Joe Green shit. Remember when he took off his jersey and gave it to the kid? I took all that shit off. I took off my jersey. I said, yo, shorty. And I threw on my jersey. I threw on my hat. And if I could have took the pants off, I'd have took them shits off too. And from that day on, I never wished a good thing on LeBron James ever.
That's a damn shame.
I wouldn't give a fuck how good you is, what you did, whatever. I felt disrespected.
Right, I would have felt that way too.
And like when that's your introduction to meeting somebody you really revere, it can really throw you. And there's been many examples of that that you really don't even know about.
That you didn't even notice that it went
disgruntled
down.
people in many industries
Mike C, do you think that
you wonder why things went the way
do you-
they did? Because you shitted on somebody at some point and they remembered it.
Do you think that there's do you think there's anybody watching this who thinks that of you, right? That this was their moment, their moment to meet you, and you might have been less than kind.
It could have happened. It could have happened. I'm not saying it didn't. I'm not saying it did. You know, it's times that I don't feel like being bothered. I'm human, just like everybody else. And it's always somebody at the wrong time. It's times that somebody, you know what I don't like? If I'm eating, if I'm eating and somebody comes and they want to take a picture or something, all right, I'm down with, I'll take every picture you want, but not while I'm eating. Let me eat. That's the only, let me finish doing what I'm doing.
Whoever asked you to take a picture with
plenty
you?
of times, Clark.
Mike, I'm gonna tell you one. I'm gonna tell you.
Whoever asked you to take a picture with you?
I'm gonna tell you one thing happened to me. I was doing a limo. I used to do a limo back. I used to do a limo. So I'm dropping somebody off. I'm working with somebody. I got somebody with me. I go in the store. Stephon Marbury in there with his wife and his daughter. I just see the nigga. I say, yo, I ain't dying. I wanted to, but I was like, nah, son, you with your family. I ain't fucking with yo. What's good? And I kept it moving. The same thing happened with Mark Jackson. The nigga was in there getting a loaf of bread at the fucking corner store. I just, yo, what's good?
If you're doing normal
Kept it
shit, I
moving.
get it. But like, if you're doing certain things, you shouldn't be bothered. If you're using the bathroom, or if you're eating, I was eating with my daughters. We was eating at.
But that's personal. Yeah.
What's the
I'm not fucking with you on that.
what's this restaurant? Everybody go.
You
Golden
was at
Corral or some shit like that.
You was at Sizzler?
Yeah, no, Golden Corral or something like that. I think it was Golden Corral. And people don't care, you know.
Nah.
But you just gotta accept that. It's not like you're supposed to go, look here, motherfucker, I'm eating. You just go ahead and do what you're doing, but at the same time,
Can I
you be
give-
feeling some type of way. Now, let me give an example. If you was to go ask Mo D for a picture while he's eating, walking, standing, looking, farting, burping, whatever the fuck he's doing, if he's not in the mood for the picture, it ain't happening.
He's gonna be less than kind.
It ain't happening.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you my?
Believe
He don't
in
believe in
in
that shit.
ideology that I need a picture. I gotta have you this and that, such.
You know, he hates it.
He's
like,
not
that's
that
whack
social
bullshit.
like okay, just for the sake of whatever it is. You know what I mean? So
Can I give you
I'm
my-
that way sometimes myself.
I was gonna give you a Caz less than kind moment.
I
right?
understand when it's necessary. I understand when it's just cool just to do it. But I also understand a time when it's egregious and it's not really about what it's supposed to be about. And I don't, I don't adhere to that.
My Caz moment was we were at a Knicks game together. We were having a great time. He says, "Yo, Caz, man, I know you've been drinking just like me. Let's go relieve ourselves at the bathroom."
He put it like that. He put it like that.
We go to relieve ourselves at the bathroom. Just two black men to relieve themselves at the bathroom. This
I don't believe
Son,
it.
exactly like that. Exactly like that. Yo, we get to the vestibules to handle our business. This nigga says, Grandmaster Caz? Oh my God. So we sit there. So I realized, right? I look at the ideology of him very different than I guess he does, right? You know, I look at this dude who's just having a moment. This is this nigga's greatest nigga ever. And he just cannot believe that he came to a Knicks game. And all of a sudden, son, he is in. Even your grandmama.
Your grandmama fall.
You know what I'm saying?
Great-grandmama fall.
He is in front of this nigga, son. So now Caz is being super like, yo, you gotta take a piss? But this nigga is like, yo, okay. Begrudgingly.
so
He don't even want to let him take the piss. He want to take the picture. He's like, yo, take the piss. No.
So frustrating. They ask you why you got.
I know. So I'm saying, I'm trying to get Caz to calm down because Caz like, hell no. I'm like, Caz, come on, son. This nigga, he got no chance. This is it.
Like you sitting on the toilet shit and somebody slide.
This is it, son.
Yo, could you
That's what I'm saying. Which two Caz's credit. Hold on. To Caz's credit, he did then say, yo, word, all right, I'm gonna get to do the picture. But then he chastised me after. Don't be letting these niggas come around. Take these motherfucking pictures.
I'm saying, you always have to establish some semblance of privacy whenever especially when you're out in public, because people will just walk over, everything you do. You could be eating, you could be with your kids. Like he said, we could be in the bathroom, ready to go use the bathroom. I'm not trying to do all that like that.
But you know the fucked
you
up
as
thing
a
is
fan should be able to acknowledge that. And wait till it's a better place for that. I love my fucking fans. I love the fact that I have fans.
Yeah,
Okay?
no doubt.
A lot of
no
people
doubt.
take for granted because they're so far up the chain and
and
they've done so much that they have so many fans that they lose track of the fact of the one fan, of the two fan, of the third fan, of the fourth fan. But it all starts with that one person who believes in you, that gives a fuck about you, that buys your records, okay, that has your poster on their wall. Okay, that if you have a podcast, they will like and subscribe to.
Those people.
That's what the fuck I'm talking
Those
about.
people.
Hey,
Those people.
I want to salute to my Henny Boys. Give it up. Come on, we got to do one more toast before it's all said and done. Guys, I've gotten a lot of inquiries as far as the podcast is concerned. I got a lot of constituents in hip hop, and they will be stopping by in the weeks to come, in the months to come. here on the Casual Talk podcast. We've already had some inquiries from some hip-hop luminaries. I ain't gonna drop no names, but trust and believe, I got hip-hop on speed dial in my motherfucking phone.
Yes, sir.
So trust and believe, you're gonna see a lot of guests come up on the Casual Talk podcast in the days and weeks to come. I wanna salute my Henny Boys, all right?
sir.
Big Dame, Big Tone, KB, my man Puerto Rico, Mighty Mike C. Casual Talk, Henny Boys, salute, baby.
Salute.
Put it up. Me say Mikey.
Go Knicks! Nigga buckers!
You already know.
Nigga buckers!
Keep it locked.